And looks like we're live. Welcome back, Pixel Nation. How are you doing this evening? How are you, Feisty?
I'm good. Had a actually really good Thursday. So sales were good, all that fun stuff. It was funny actually. About like three different people came in looking for the new Venom book. I was like, oh well, they're like, yeah, I've been out of collecting for a while, but I read an article on IGN and they were talking about the new Venom book, and I'm like, awesome. So yeah, I started a couple new pulls today based on that article. So I'm like really happy. I'm like, this is kind of weird. I'm seeing so many new faces coming into the store and getting interested in a book. So I'm like,
That's
is
good.
the atmosphere changing? What's going on? Is it a fluke in the system? I don't trust it. I'm like, how long are they going to be a puller though? That's the question. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Well, how are you?
I'm
How are
all right.
things?
I'm tired. It's just been a bloody long week, and
Yeah.
it's not going to end until my project is done, which is now the 13th of July, which makes me happy because I think I have plenty of time to get everything done. And then hopefully my next project will not be a mad dash to the finish line like the last two have been. So I'm
Man,
tired.
that's
It's been a
rough.
long day, but
Yeah,
other
I
than that, I'm,
know.
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. That's good to hear.
I miss having Gary on.
I know. I'm like, I feel like everything is all upside down. I'm like, my two dudes, where are they? I feel, but he's live right now too. I have his video going on in the background on mute, so I can at least give him the watches, because we gotta support the Gary.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was before we were going live. I was trying to get caught up on the Expanse because we DVR it because normally I'm at Kempo when it's going on, and so I didn't realize that there was two episodes. I'm like trying to get through it as quickly as possible, and you ping me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to shoot me the link so we can start talking?" I'm like, "Yeah, I should probably do that." And I'm looking
Oh,
at her,
that's funny.
and she's like, "You're a stream, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah, well, it's like Thursday. It's normally when I stream." And
Yeah.
she's like, "That's right."
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Gary. Yes, Gary is too famous, and therefore he is too good for me now.
Yeah, I know. He's all like, fuck that guy, Comix. I hate that guy. Not really.
Yeah.
He was, I got to meet him. He stopped by my shop when he was done with VidCon, and I got to meet him IRL. It was good. I was like, oh, you have legs.
Well, I'm
It
looking
was,
forward to October because there's a lot of people coming to Alamo City Comic Con. We have Switchpoint, Nerd
yeah.
Wonder. Gary says he's going. You say you're going. So I think
Hmm.
that would be awesome because it gives us a lot of people in the community an opportunity to actually meet in person.
Yeah. I got to get my tickets after this week because, or wait, I don't know. Do I still have time to try to get a professional badge, or I
I
think I
I
do?
have no idea. You might want to contact them about that.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, if I can get a free ticket, that would be cool.
Yeah,
We'll see.
that would be pretty cool because at that point it's just a matter of you guys getting transport up here. I'm guessing Gary's going to drive because he's going to be doing the retailer thing. That would be pretty freaking cool if you
I
could get
know.
a
I would
booth.
work his booth with him. I
Yeah.
would totally like chill and sling for him. Absolutely.
So yeah,
So
I haven't kept up with who the new celebrities or they seem to be really lacking on the artists this year, but usually I think that really starts fleshing out more towards we get closer to the con because right now they only have like I want to say like 4 or 5 artists
that's
lined
it.
up. Yeah.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie, but that's like,
Well,
I
like
don't
I
know.
said, normally everything gets kind of situated closer
Close.
to
Okay.
yeah, because they have featured artist. And who do we have so far? Yeah, it's 3 actual artists, and then a cosplayer. But the ones they have to
Wow.
book in advance is like the celebrities, and it looks like they're getting a lot of people from Luke Cage because they have Theo
Ooh.
Rossi and Michael Coulter.
Oh,
Um,
dude. I would. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah. I don't know.
yeah, so it looks
He's
like they also have like a lot of child actors coming in. Billy Zane is going to be here.
dude.
Wow,
I fucking love that guy.
yeah, and they have the guy who did the voice of Skeletor.
That's cool.
along with Paul Rubens.
I like Paul Rubens.
Yeah, and then
One of his favorite pulls is Blow. I loved him in Blow.
And then Brent Spiner, Lou Frigno, Michael Rooker, as well as Nev Campbell, Sean Gunn. John Burrowman's going to be here. And yeah, those are kind of the big names that are people who will be showing up. And odds are, like I said, by the time we get to closer to October, we'll see who drops out and who gets added.
Yeah, the sucky thing is when I went to Heroes Con, they added Chris Claremont so last minute that I didn't even have time to get my Wolverine Volume 1 #1 in my suitcase, and because I was going down driving, my husband was driving us and to the airport, and I'm like, motherfucker, and he was like, what? I'm like, Chris motherfucking Claremont's going, though I did buy him a beer, so that was cool.
That is pretty cool.
So I got to shake his hand and say thank you for writing a good Wolverine story and for making the X-Men awesome. So I see the chat. Kevin, Duayan? I'm gonna butcher that. I'm sorry, dude. He says Gwen morning.
Yes, Gwen morning to all.
And Oz Chris says I see Comix Division hasn't uploaded a video again. Typical.
My only response is get used to it, Oz Chris. Get used to it.
No, and I didn't ask if he likes Heat Claws because I wasn't thinking about that because it's stupid. Don't get me started.
Heat Claws, yeah.
Heat Claws.
Heat Claws. So you have some interesting rants for us for this evening before we jump into talking about the Bleeding Fool article. Actually, I can't say Bleeding Fool because Bleeding Fool is an actual website. Bleeding Stool. 10 things we can tell you about the Ta-Nehisi Coates Captain America #1, blah blah blah. So we'll talk about that after we get through your kind of rants.
My kind of rants? I don't know.
Your rants, yes.
I think I have less to. Well, I don't know. Are we going to read the article and go back and forth? Like, what's the structure for that?
Yeah, we can go over the article, hit the highlights.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So the variant debacle. So, yeah, I was finishing up initial orders last night because I'm dumb. I always get half of it done at the beginning of the month, forget about it. And then the last 3 days of the month, I'm like, shit, I got to do initial orders. And yeah, Feist Palm incoming. And I was looking at because the variants are beautiful, and I'll pull them up so people can see the variants that I'm talking about. Let me pull up my majigger bob.
Thingamadoohickey?
Thingamadoohickey.
Yes.
Where is it? Where is the pictures? There we go. La 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 la. Okay, so I think I can share my screen and just click next. Hold on, let me see if this works.
Okay.
Technical difficulties, folks. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, cool. This will work. Let me share my screen.
Please stand by while Feisty shares her screen.
Please stand by, folks.
Do.
I love it.
And then everybody leaves the stream.
I know, right? Okay, share my screen, hide. Okay, so these are the art germ variants for Fantastic Four #1. Here we have Dad. Oh my gosh, my brain hurts. Anyway, Reed Richards,
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, whatever. I'm tired. Looking amazing in this wonderful artwork. We have this fantastic, Invisible Woman, looking glorious and amazing. We have this awesome Thing that's just beautiful. And then we have Human Torch, which is also beautiful. So there's no doubt that these covers are amazing and look amazing and great and just impeccable because Art Germ, he does amazing work. So I was like, oh, cool. And I've already had a few people at the shop hit me up and say, hey, are these going to be available? And I'm like, I don't know. So I order the 100 usually that we do of #1s if they're warranted. but then I brought it down to 75 because I'm like, I do not think we can move more than 50 copies of a Fantastic Four book because I just don't think so. But then I said that about Immortal Hulk and we ended up selling out. So I don't know. I just don't know anything anymore. I just don't know. But so yeah, I was.
Well, it's hard to tell sometimes with Marvel. You know, it's kind of a mixed bag these days.
Yeah, and but I mean, I was on board and pushing Immortal Hulk because like of the fact that what Marvel was doing with their marketing, what the writer has done on social media. Unfortunately, I know that he blocks some people because he's an asshole. That's fine. I don't give a fuck what people do on social media. It's whatever to me. I'm like, that's still, I'm not gonna fault you or fault the other people working on the book because you're dumb. So anyway, moving forward, I can stop sharing my screen now.
Okay.
But moving on, then I was going to look at the requirements for these variants, and like we had to meet or exceed 275% of our orders for Avengers number 3.
Wait. What?
Yeah. We had to be ordered to get these amazing variants. We had to meet or exceed 275% of our Avengers number 3 orders.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, so we have to like order shit tons more than what we can actually move to have availability to these these covers will sell themselves. Like I had to order more than what we could sell of Wonder Woman number, I think it's 50, because Art Germ is doing the regular cover because I know people in the store like good art. So these and having people say, oh, I want to pre-order, I'm like, I don't know if they're available to us. Yeah, there's no fucking way. We have to spend $275 more than what we usually do for number 1s to be able to get those variants. And then it's like, how much of each do we buy? It's like it's a numbers game that we're getting really tired of. And I saw this morning I forgot to turn off my Facebook notifications at work, and the Marvel Secret Retailer group was blowing up because a lot of retailers are feeling the same. So a lot of them are just not doing it and just not, I guess, kowtow it to the stupid, ridiculous numbers that we had to hit. And it makes me want to pull my hair out and scream and like to no end, because I'm like, this is ridiculous. And like there was a post that said, you know, that, oh, it was nice that day and a half that David Gabriel said he was getting rid of the meet exceed requirements for certain open order variants. And that's the thing too, is these covers are open order if you exceed or meet that 275%.
Jeez, that is ridiculous. I mean, I don't. It's like blackmail, you know? Oh, you want to sell these covers? They're going to sell like hotcakes. Oh, but there's this other book that is complete garbage that you have to buy more of. Like in the cases with Squirrel Girl, but this time it's going to be Avengers.
Well, no, like, because we already put in our orders for number 3, and because I didn't have number 2 numbers in at the time, like I didn't, you know, either it wasn't off the shelf or it didn't sell through or whatever. I had to gauge on what we did with number 1 or number 2. So I was like, okay, so we sold out a number 2 at 50 copies. I guess I'll go ahead and order 50 copies of number 3. You know, it's like, okay, I sold out of it. You know, just a handful of people really have it on their pull list. It's really hard to gauge like that when a number 2 sells, and then I still have like maybe 15 to 20 left of number 3. So it's like, fuck, no, people dropped it after number 2. So yeah, it's like, it's so ridiculous. So yeah, I would have to order 138 copies of regular cover number 1 of Fantastic Four to be able to get those Art Germ variants. And they're beautiful and they would sell. It's like, why don't you just like offer those like as regular covers? I don't know.
It's like it's Marvel's way of extorting money from the shops.
It really is. And some like places like Midtown, they'll have no problem doing this because they have like an online place where they could, like people order their books from midtown.com or midtowncomics.com or whatever. And And they'll be able to order those variants. So people, you know, and other retailers might be partnering with each other, but like a small shop, like my shop isn't huge. Like we have, you know, 200 pullers, which I guess is okay, but it's like, I can't, we got to be frugal and tight with our ordering. And it's really rough. Like, especially because I want these covers. They're so cool. You know, it's like, fuck, like, what do you do? It's really annoying. And it's, I'm really happy a lot of other to see other stores are not giving into this bullshit. So
yeah, I'm curious to see if my store does. They typically do.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, maybe. Oh, Oz Chris is going. Bye, Chris.
Take care, Chris.
Dude.
See you, man.
I mean, I understand the. I'm trying to think. I understand the draw to variants, but at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous when you're on the other end. So it's like, as a collector, I will get variants that I like, and I try not to spend more than like $25 to $30 on a variant. So I usually, if I can wait a good couple months to get the variant, like, so the price goes down, I'll do that. Like, I'm like, I don't need it right now. I'm not going to pay the bajillion dollars. Oh yeah. And Venom #3 variant, the Molina one, is already going up, going for like $150 on eBay right now. So we're like, yeah. But then again, Venom #3 has a first appearance of a new Marvel villain. So, but that's a good book. So there's that.
So Eric Breen is saying Marvel books should sell on their own merit. Yeah.
Yeah, they should. But I mean, like I said, I mean, if I believe in a book and I like a book and we have a couple extra, I'll usually, as a retailer and someone who likes money, you know, I will try to sell that book. That's how it goes. And that's how it goes in retail. You know, you got to make the sale. You got to get the add-ons. You got to, like, I don't want to exploit my but if I know someone doesn't like Venom, I'm not going to push a Venom book. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
But it's just, it's a headache. And it's, I don't know. I was like you should have heard me on Discord last night. I was like fucking screaming and reeing. It was pretty funny. Everyone's like, whoa, 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 Feisty, chill. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. What the fuck more? It was pretty funny. Like, yeah.
Let the hate flow through.
I know, right? Do it. Do it, Feisty. Do it.
Do it,
I'm
Feisty.
not gonna do it.
Give it to the hate.
Oh, it's been given into. But yeah, so that's my little rant about the stupid. I'm starting to get really tired of the variant thing. And you know what? If people want the variant bad enough, they'll go online and order it from somewhere. I'm tired of, you know, over ordering books unnecessarily. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I talked to my boss at length and saying, you know, I don't know if you double check my ordering, but I think we need to stop with the, you know, ordering X amount to get these covers that probably won't sell anyway, because there's no real, yeah, don't even get me started on the Iron Man covers.
Seriously. That is so fucking stupid.
So now I couldn't even sell like 10 or like 20 copies of the regular book. So now I'm sitting on like 40 copies of different, like, yeah. But at the same time, #1 is in second printings now. So I'm like, okay, so we should put all these aside and wait another like 2 months or so and then put them on eBay and make money back for them. So that's, I think, what we're going to do with our eBay shop is hold on to these first printings or kind of put them aside and then, like, you know, sell them for whatever the eBay price is going for, minus $2, because why price gouge? But yeah, so that's, I don't know how or why Iron Man #1 got to second printing, but okay, cool story, bro. Tell me another.
Yeah, I try to remember what my shop was trying to sell me on some variants, and it's just like, no, not bro, sorry.
No, I don't need. I mean, some of the armors were cool, but like
this wasn't Iron Man. It was something else. I don't remember.
Oh.
It was an up and coming book that was coming out. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go buy some variants just because.
And that's another thing too, like with the DC variants, they're open order, like whatever. I usually call them alternative covers. So regardless, like I will usually take what I like normally order for wall order or for the wall, and for subscriptions minus like 3, and then just replace those with a couple variants. So that way, if people want the alternative cover, if they're good, or if I see them and I know they're good, I'll order more. Like the Delato Flash that I just saw coming, like, oh my God, that's beautiful. So I know there's a lot of Delato fans out there that I can, you know, say, hey, it's cover price and it's a Delato, you should grab it. So
yeah.
So that's, you know, that's how that works at my store. I don't know about other ones, but yeah, I like the fact that DC's just like, here, have some pretty covers for open order, and they don't cost you anymore, and they're probably gonna move. But then again, I only order like 3 or 4, so it's like whatever. So yeah. That's that. So like I had to get that off my chest and shit. It's just yeah. Anyway,
fair
sorry.
enough. What are you wanting to share with us, that other rant you were reading earlier, or is that something you don't want to share?
What?
The thing that you're telling me about before we started.
Oh, no, it was the same thing. That was Secret Marvel Retailer Group going on about this too.
Okay,
like,
all right.
Yeah, I already mentioned something that like a person posted something and then there were a ton of replies saying, yeah, we're not doing it. And a lot of other retailers are like, yeah, it's stupid. There's no reason for us to have to, you know, oh, thanks for lowering the requirements to 300% to 275%. Like, you're really helping us out. Thanks, David Gabriel. You're a real cool dude. This is one of the reasons I'm really happy I'm anonymous, because I can go like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Yeah.
You're not helping anyone. You're just inflating your own fucking sales, sucking your own dick. Sorry, I'm gonna get graphic, but fuck, dude. Fuck that guy. And I'm done. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Feisty's rants.
Feisty's paper cuts, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, that was, God, man, that whole thing with variant covers, man, that drives me crazy. You know, it's such a scam. Anyway,
it really is.
Shall we get to the main topic at hand of what can we expect out of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America #1? Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick.
Okay, I have it up on my screen too, and I'm going to split the chat and the article so that way I can see the chat and the stuff and junk. So I don't know if you want to take turns reading each part or... Sure. Okay, hold on, let me get pop the chat out. Pop chat. All right.
White guilt. Nice. All right. Let's see here. I'll skip all the usual garbage and we will just go with #1. It's not the fight you thought. All right. So Free Comic Book Day issue may have tested what seemed to be a street battle between Hydra sympathizers and Antifa. But that does not happen in Captain America #1. Instead, it's mostly about the nukes we saw in there as well.
Okay, so what... I guess they've read the issue. I should probably pull up my Diamond and see if there's an issue #1 available before. I mean, I will get it a day before so I can say if this is right. But, I mean, I guess that's good. I guess that's good that he's not fighting, like, the ridiculousness that is the like future world that's been invaded by Trump support, whatever. Because that's, you know, what Wade has been doing with Captain America is just fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, but
it is absolutely ridiculous. And the other thing too, I'm kind of wondering if Coates is gonna do like more kind of like subtle jabs, like making everybody really white. Did I lose you? Oh, there you are. I think I hear you.
No, I'm here. I'm vaping though.
Vaping. Okay, fair enough.
Vaping.
Yeah. So I wonder if there's like little things that he's gonna do, because you know how I'm. Okay, I mean, when it comes to diversity and whatnot, the world should be like it truly is outside the door. So that's definitely something I agree with. Marvel tries to achieve, right? But I'm really kind of wondering if that he is going to make this book I wouldn't say overly white, where everybody is white, just to make a point, you know?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too, actually. But at least it's not like, at least it's not fighting a political agenda or some kind. It's like, oh, there's nukes. Like, let's fight the actual bad guy here.
Yeah.
So I guess if you know, this dude is right, then maybe that's something to look forward to. That it's not like, you know, fighting their own people, it's actually fighting villains, like bad guys, because I really want comic books to get back to that. Like, I really want, like, instead of it, because I notice, and I've had a couple conversations with a couple of my girlfriends who read comic books, that there's too much infighting. There's too much fighting against other heroes, you know, fighting the government. It's like, okay, we're done. Like, that's okay, that's been done. Let's move on. Let's fight some villains and actually have some good battles and some funny, quirky dialogue that were, you know, fun stuff. Like, let's get back to basics here. This is supposed to be a fresh start. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, so not, I mean, it's been the case with a couple things, like the Immortal Hulk. I really enjoyed that book. I'm really excited for number 2. So, which comes out next Wednesday as well.
Next Wednesday?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is about collusion. What isn't about the nukes, who they are, why are they all looking like classic Captain America character nuke? Is it about Russia, how they dealt with Hydra on the doorstep, and how they are becoming a greater power on the world stage? The Russian stuff is probably the highlight of the comic for me. This is, what's his name? Rich Johnston. Yeah. Reminiscent of Warren Ellis, use of history to tell modern story. The first issue in this is a closer to Ed Brubaker espionage mystique. And it makes a great location for, I don't remember. How do you pronounce her name?
Hold on.
We'll just go with you. To explore architecture.
Lionel Yu.
Yeah, Lionel Yu. To explore architecture, whether creating scenes of the other. Russia may be in the news and is going to reference point, but this is more Russia of Cold War fiction, or trying to be again. So yeah, I mean, the whole, again, this is it kind of feels like modern politics again, kind of seeping into comic books. Yes, Soul of the Dragon mentions Russia. Russians.
That's stupid too. Then why, like, if Hydra was the big bad in Secret Empire or whatever, then why even bring Russia into it? Like, why even dance and dabble in that thing if Nuke is your villain and the whole Hydra thing? Like, what's the fucking point of having these stories if these fucking editors are not going to hold anybody accountable for continuity? Like, what the actual fuck? Sorry.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna get ragey. Like, you're gonna hear some rage.
I don't blame you, Feisty. I completely agree. Yeah, Coates. If you know anything about him, Trillium, the dude just flat out doesn't like white people. Is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
That's just the easiest way of summing it up.
Stupid to put somebody to put someone like that on a book like Captain America. He's a patriotic white dude. Like, fucking really? Are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm face palming so hard. Oh, it hurts.
It's okay. Let's see. Do you want to read number 3?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so number 3 is do not expect any layered on posturing. Despite some people's fears, Captain America #1 is not a political polemic. Despite Ta-Nehisi Coates being a major political commentator, it is far less overly political than either Wade or Spencer's run on the character. Instead, there are more generalisms regarding Captain America, duty, and danger, and a far more chilling conclusion regarding what people allow that you could apply to modern politics if you wish or not. It's down to you. Like the way he writes is fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it's down to you, isn't it? It's up to you. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, just making fun of Rich Johnston's writing, which I love.
Well, because he's talking down to us as well.
Yeah,
it's not up to us; it's down to us.
Okay, so he said this about the book, but then you're bringing in the fact that it is about collusion. Well, then isn't that fucking political?
Yeah, that seems kind of political.
That seems political to me. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Right. It's just like, okay, so you say, oh, it's about collusion. Oh, but it's not political. Well, but it's political. Okay.
Well, and number 4 is the one I kind of mentioned, like the whole thing. It's also it also doesn't mention race at all because everybody is going to be white in it. That's what I think he's going to do. You know, it's not going to actually portray the real world at all. It's I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some white supremacy narrative to it, you know, and not in the, you know, like white supremacist kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like the whole idea of what everyone calls white supremacy these days, you know, which is, you know, weird. 2018 is fucking weird. So despite some people's fears, Captain America #1 is not a I'm sorry. I did not scroll up. I started reading the one you just read. Okay. It's also doesn't mention race at all. This is not the book that many people may have expected from such an outspoken individual on racial matters. But Coates has always been about challenging prejudice. Okay, that can be taken more than one way. Prejudice as in racial prejudice or just personal bias. That's the weird thing. Whenever I think of challenging people's prejudice, I always think of just individual bias and not when it comes to race.
Yeah, I think of that the same way.
But to me, I think this is, he's actually talking about racial prejudice. Okay. This seems deliberate, creating a comic with the majority of the cast, frontline and background as white. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. It's like, yes, we're not going to talk about race, but we're going to make a point to make everybody white.
Which, I mean, like, honestly, like, I don't think people care if the story is good. Like, I don't think people care about any friggin' thing as long as the story is good and the characters are portrayed well.
Yes, exactly. At least for the first issue, Captain America is
as white as Black Panther is
black. And again,
what else would he fucking be? I'm sorry, but like, okay, thank you for that commentary, Mr. Johnston. But like, what else would Captain America? He's a white guy. He's a white guy from.
Well, I think it's like the whole idea that, you know, when he was writing Black Panther, I want to say he made it unapologetically black, and that's fine if he did. My problem is, like, if you've seen any of the stuff he wrote, like with Black Panther and the crew and the whole thing with the whole mayo, artisanal mayo shops in Harlem comments that are coming out of the book. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the chat for Eric Green says less political than Wade or Spencer. That could mean jumping off a 50-story building instead of 100-story one.
That's funny.
Maranya says maybe they promised Coates that he could write Falcon Cap, and that's why he jumped for the book. That's funny too. Sky Commander says, let me just say, as a trained NYC medic, I won't buy Ta-Nehisi Coates Captain America if the end of all days were upon us. Wow.
I don't blame you, Sky Commander. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all, dude.
Yeah. More Russia comments.
I'll take number 5 then. Okay, so
well, hang on. Let's read Jonah Arts' comments real quick.
Go ahead.
Jump back into it. Okay, so what do you think about adding some chill step or chill music when streaming? That would require me not being lazy. Let's see. I need to figure out how to use that freaking application to where I can do stuff, and I would probably just like create something on my end and just loop it and play it. Anyway, that's it. Go ahead, Feisty.
Oh, Mariah, another mayonnaise book. Ha ha ha.
Yes. Oh, and really quick, Jenna Ars, if you haven't seen any of my videos, all the music that are in the videos I've done in the past, I did the music for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm impressive. Most impressive.
Most impressive.
Sorry, if I can slip in a Star Wars reference to the good movies,
yes,
I
the good
will.
ones, not the bad ones.
So number 5 is the Russian connection goes to the X-Men. Oh, what a surprise there. The first issue brings in Selene, the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club, a mutant life-draining vampire. I didn't know she was she a vampire? I don't know. Anyway, and an ancient who lived through the time of Conan the Barbarian as Ta-Nehisi Coates spreads his wings across the Marvel Universe. This might lead into the fact that Marvel actually got the rights for Conan back, and he's world building.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's see. It's Jonah Arts. Do you follow me on Twitter? Because if you do, I can DM you a link to my SoundCloud that has some of my stuff. It doesn't have all the stuff I've done in the videos, but it has some stuff that I produced over the, I won't say over the years. I should say over the last year. But yeah, the whole the whole Conan thing really kind of bothers me. It's like, why are they setting Conan in the Marvel Universe? Because I always felt that was like its own thing.
I don't know that he needs to be in the Marvel Universe, but I know Marvel used to have rights to Conan. So, like, we have quite a few back issues of Conan that people actually pick up and stuff. So I know. Oh, wow. Great.
Yeah, I see that. Weapon Cummings are on EVS. As everybody bails.
I know, right? That's fine. It is what it is. Yeah. Everyone seems to be streaming Thursday nights. Maybe we need to move to a different day. I don't know. Who just called me? I just
yes, James Hayes. I will suffer for your entertainment.
Yeah, I don't even remember the last time I really bought a comic book because, well, I buy the ones that I collect, which are like now very few, but I get to library a lot of the issues because I have to know what's on the wall. I got to know what to sell. I got to know what's good. But I'll be reading it just because I know people ask me what they, oh, did you read it? Oh, what did you think? And if it's, if it's good, I know the Cap fans that are waiting for a good Cap book. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
Right. You take number 6 then.
Okay, I'm just responding to Judd Arts real quick.
I do on 3 different accounts. Huh.
Yeah, I think that's kind of funny. That always gets confusing. It's like when we don't have the same names on Twitter and YouTube. Sometimes it gets confusing.
That's why I did it on both. I was like, okay, I gotta.
Yeah, same here. That's why I did the same thing too. Or at least
somewhat. Don't tell Feisty we are listening. Oh my gosh, it's Movie Fanobi. What's up, dude? Does that mean Gary's done?
I don't know. I guess it does. I mean, he has the link. Maybe he'll join, maybe not.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on how busy he is.
Yeah. So.
Comix bringing his silky voice. Thanks, Movie Fanobi. I don't know why people think I don't know why you think I have a silky voice, but whatever.
It's so sexy. No, I don't think.
Sexy.
I like it. I enjoy it. It's not annoying. So. Oh yeah, Gary just finished. Like I said, maybe he'll jump in. I know he loved Cap, and he is not buying Cap anymore. So
yeah, let's see. You just read 5, right? So
yeah,
moving on to 6.
No. Yeah, I read 5. We're moving on to 6.
Okay. Let's see. The captain gets some general knowledge
because he didn't have it before.
Yes. Okay. So it's not the only character from across the Marvel universe. General Ross is out of jail after his role in the Resistance and Secret Empire. Okay. And this is something that he kind of pointed out too. This seems like more of a direct sequel to what happened with Secret Empire. And for whatever reason, I guess the timing, they couldn't get it done quickly or whatnot. So this is actually going to be the true sequel, and the stuff that Wade did was just kind of filler.
So they're pretty much like negating all that stupid futuristic.
They're like,
okay, well that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Different
Don't
timeline.
pay attention to these 10 comic books that came out.
Yeah.
just ignore them.
Changing the canon. It's cool because we can do that. That's my announcer voice.
Yes. Okay, well, Stuck gets stuck out. Struck gets struck out. Yeah. For the same reason, Von Strucker is also out. Fake news, ? There are some dangerous bedfellows out there. Okay, whatever.
I don't even know. Oh, Von Strucker. Oh, okay. So
I don't remember the whole Von Strucker thing.
I don't remember that either. So, like I said, I read like Secret Empire once, and I was like, okay, done. Okay, so here we go. Number 8. I'll take that.
Okay.
Number 8, Not So Secret Empire. The comic seems to ignore anything that may have happened in Mark Waid's. Oh, we were just talking about that.
Yes, this is what I was talking about.
And seems far more a direct sequel to the events of Secret Empire. They throw in a months ago to help with the timeline, but even so, this comic could have run as Captain America number 695 without missing a beat. It suggests that this was the original plan, but deadlines and schedules got in the way. Huh.
Which goes back to my original theory that this was an Axel Alonso thing. We knew that Axel. I always suspected that this was being set by Axel. This was kind of an FU to the fans, in my opinion. But whatever. Sharon Carter is still old, and I don't remember when she became old too. That was the thing that kind of threw me off, and not happy about it. Time spent in Dimension Z has not been yet reversed. I remember camping in Dimension Z. When the hell was she in Dimension Z?
No idea.
Yeah. Though the fact that this being mentioned means it is still on the cards. Okay.
So I guess that she so it was mentioned Dimension Z, and she's, I don't know, so maybe they're gonna touch on with the older Sharon Carter, and maybe have a resolve to that, or that's gonna be some of the plot point. I guess that's okay because it's not politically.
No, I don't really care about that. That's not a big deal. It's everything else mentioned in this article.
Oh, face palm. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, as we all know, this is coming out on July 4th. Happy birthday, America. Happy birthday. Let's crap on the Sentinel Liberty on America's birthday.
Right. And that's another thing that okay, so I'll read the rest of this because I'm a retailer. It's out on 4th of July or midnight of the 3rd July. 3rd of July. Yeah, where's fucking editorial? Yeah, this whole paragraph,
Rich Johnson.
Rich Johnson's folks. If your retail is participating in the midnight releases alongside the release of Batman number 50 and Catwoman number 1, the Bat Wedding issues, when first announced a Ta-Nehisi, not Nahisi, but Mahisi. Fucking hell, dude! Like, just really, you can't even fucking edit your fucking articles.
Well, here's the thing I find funny. Okay, as someone who is dyslexic and is prone to making very bad typos, I use text to speech typically to make sure I don't sound like a fucking idiot when I'm writing something out. Yeah. Just saying. It's not that hard. He could have listened to it and said, "Oh, that's not right. Let me listen to that again. That's not right. Let me fix that." Yeah, so.
Yeah. Coates Captain America launch on 4th of July seemed like a big headliner and very pointed, but this may have been diluted by the Bat nuptials. And then they give you a trailer, which I didn't watch because fuck that nonsense.
It's nothing big.
So okay. So I mean, that makes sense if you're going to relaunch Captain America and the 4th of July happens to land on a Wednesday, which I actually know there's 2 other stores in my county that are closed because it's a holiday. And I'm like, fuck that noise. I'm staying the motherfuck open and we're going to keep our same hours because money.
Yes. I asked my retailer if they're open. I was like, so you guys gonna be open 4th of July? And they're like, yes, we are. It's like, I'm not sure what the hour is going to be. We may open later and close early. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, Eric Breen, don't be ridiculous. Marvel loves and respects their fans, especially the older ones. That's a lie.
Oh, that's a lie if I ever did. Yeah, I don't know. What's another? Peggy Carter is a badass bombshell, unrelated to this discussion. Yes, she is, movie Fanobi. Agreed.
I agree too. I love Troy's comment here. Secret Empire, the Squeakquel. Seriously, I'm not looking forward to this book. I'm really not. It's going to kill me.
We should do like a grilling day for 4th of July. Hey guys, want some hot dogs? We're gonna grill some hot dogs.
Yep, and we'll grill up some Captain America.
We'll use Captain America comic books as the tinder to cook your freedom dogs because reasons. Yes. You're welcome. You hear it here first, guys. Yes. Oh,
freedom
shit.
Dogs.
Freedom dogs. You're welcome.
Freedom dogs.
Freedom dogs.
That's hilarious.
You're welcome. I try. You know.
Yeah. Why do Marvel act like rotting corpses? I have no idea. Why do they act like rotting corpses?
I have no idea.
Because it is a rotting corpse? I have no idea.
I don't know. There's like, that's the thing too, is there's been stuff that's been hits, stuff that's been misses, and it's like, and that's another thing where it's like, why isn't editorial doing their job? Oh wait, because they hired a bunch of really shitty editorial people. Awesome story.
You know who Captain America #1 is going to kill? Comics division. I am seriously afraid of what this book might do to Captain Frugal. It'll turn him into Hydra Frugal, is what it will happen.
Yeah, Captain Frugal will become Hydra Frugal. Oh, yes. Jonah Art says, is there going to be ketchup of heroism or of bigotry as a time? Mustard and bigotry, of course. Come on.
What was the whole mustard and bigotry thing from?
I have no fucking idea. I just know that's funny.
It just seems like something that, yeah.
Oh, was that from an America issue?
I think it may have been. Because I remember somebody mentioning, I want to say it was Eglantine, and that must have been from America Chavez. Yeah, the America comic book. Be careful about putting signs up for free wieners in comics. Because of lots of
it's Major Tom said it was from the X-Men Red annual. Yeah, okay, I remember that.
Oh, now. Okay.
I don't think Captain America has 25 variants. I think it only had like 11 or 12. Only. But I think we only qualified for like 7 or 8. So, which is fine.
Good Lord. That cracks me up. The mustard and bigotry, yeah, is from X-Men Red Annual. Thanks, Bryce. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
What the who's writing X-Men Red these days anyway?
Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor?
Yeah, which is kind of surprising. I don't know. There's a lot of people that absolutely love that book, or like absolutely like I don't think that's a book that anybody has a like an in-between view on. I think you either love it or you hate it. So
I simply just stopped reading X-Men altogether. I'm kind of done. I rage quit the X-Men along with Inhumans.
I'm really sad about the Inhumans because like they had potential to be yeah, I don't even know. I got nothing. I haven't read. I picked up the first 4 of X-Men Gold, and then after that awesome Gambit cover, I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then I read the first 7 issues of Astonishing, and I'm like, this is too much. The X-Men are oversaturating the market right now. But I'm glad to see that. What is it that they're canceling a couple of the X books? So
well, they're canceling Gold and Blue.
Yeah, and I think aren't
But they're
they? Is
leaving
it?
Red.
But they're leaving Red. I think it's because um, they need some kind of female team leader, which is whatever. I don't even fucking
Oh,
care.
wait. They already have a female team leader.
I
It was
know.
Kitty Pryde, and before that, it was Storm. So what the fuck?
I don't know. But yeah, the X-Men books are just crap. Sorry if you like the X-Men, but I was really fucking pissed off about number 30. Kitty and Colossus is at a fucking half of a fucking century to get their shit together, and Magic says something fucking stupid, and Kitty's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Go fuck yourself, you little bitch.
Is that who sabotaged it? It was
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
I refused to buy it. I didn't even read it.
You shouldn't marry my brother. That's what she says to her. I'm like, are you really? Did that just happen?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bryce, I don't blame you, dude. I kind of feeling it, man, because what did it in for me, what really pissed me off was X-Men versus Inhumans. Oh, it's like one of those things. That whole problem could be solved with a simple conversation. This is killing us, guys. This is killing us. And there's can you do something to help it not kill us? Oh, sure, yeah, because that's ultimately what happened. Is you had that conversation between was it Forge and Moon Girl? It's like somebody fucking shoot me, really. I mean, this is dumb.
Yeah, what was it? Sky Commander says Kitty Pryde, the runaway bride. Yeah, pretty much. She just, yeah, like, let's plan this awesome thing. I asked you to marry you, but no, I can't marry you. I'm actually really happy about Gambit and Rogue getting together. I think they have a rich history, and yeah, like, I think that's great. I liked Kelly Thompson's book, and she's writing the Mr. and Mrs. X book that's coming out too. So they're getting I think it's a mini series as well. So it's another mini series, but we'll see. Hubby's Hand is good. Is this
another Gambit and Rogue book, Mrs.
Yeah.
Mr. Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. X is another Gambit and Rogue book. It's like after the nuptials and stuff. But yeah, no. Movie Fanobi, My Husband's Hand is doing a lot. Well, it's actually scabbed over now, which was faster than we expected because the cut was really fucking deep. But yeah, didn't hit any tendons, no nerves, no damage. Got like 6 stitches. Yeah, he's good. So
yeah,
he's actually playing right now. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And Bryce, dude, yeah, I agree with you, man. Death of X, that was a really really disappointing book. Yeah, they've been ruining Cyclops. I almost said Cyclossus. They've been ruining Cyclops for a while. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to disagree with that shit, man. It really is. I thought it was kind of interesting that he was kind of taking the Magneto route for a bit, which is very kind. I wouldn't say it's counter to his character. I mean, it is, but it was kind of interesting with Xavier dead and kind of in a weird sort of way, him seeing the dream dying with Xavier. I thought that was kind of an interesting bent for the character. But yeah, they've basically ruined that fucking character.
Yeah.
Disappointing books from Marvel. Saying it so. Yeah, no kidding. Eric Breen is our resident DC snob. And I jokingly say that because he refuses to buy Marvel, which I don't blame him whatsoever. Slowly, I'm whittling things down because I'm getting more and more angry with Marvel, and you know, I'm pretty sure it'll be like 3 books I buy from them, and that'll be it. And everything else will be DC and others. Oh, yeah.
Man. There's a lot of people that are jumping back onto Marvel though too. Like I said, with this the buzz with Immortal Hulk, like we sold out of Immortal Hulk on the Thursday that it came out. We're still waiting for our second prints to come in. And number 2 comes out tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm like a week and a half ahead because I had to put together a best reads display for Batman and Catwoman. So I had to, cherry pick our back issues and trades, and I've got a nice little display for the the build up to the weddings, backstories. It's a nice display. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it. But yeah, like notice how I didn't do a Captain America one, but I did a Batman and Catwoman one. So
okay, so Bryce is asking, let's play a game. Name one Marvel character that has been ruined in the last 5 years.
That hasn't been ruined?
Has not been ruined.
Notice the silence, people. Girl from Ipanema. You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, and it depends on how you look at this. I could say that they haven't ruined Danny Katz or Johnny Blaze. But if you say Ghost Rider, then you got me.
Yeah, I don't know. Can anybody else in the chat name it? I'm trying to think. Thanos?
Yeah.
They haven't ruined Thanos?
Technically, they still haven't ruined Punisher yet, even though you had that abysmal run.
They have Banshee?
Uncle Ben, because he's still dead. He was dead the whole time.
It rains. Yes, it does. Africa. Oh yeah, I had the song Africa stuck in my head for a while. So yeah, that was funny. Because I went into Gary's chat and said, "Wow, I have the song Africa stuck in my head." Anyway.
Yeah. So. James says he countered my point saying they ruined Punisher. Okay. Daredevil? Yeah, that's a good one. Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, Uncle Ben. Red Skull, I guess they haven't ruined.
Yeah, they made because he's still a Nazi, right? I mean,
he's still a Nazi. So there's that.
The Wizard. Whenever I hear the name The Wizard, I always think of some dude that randomly runs up and urinates on people.
Oh my god!
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. So I'm gonna tell you you're not wrong instead of telling you you're wrong. That's pretty much. God, wow. A guy just wearing a trench coat, running around peeing on people. Yep, that's the Wizard. Okay, yep. Go people. Draw that. Just kidding. Don't do that because that's weird. You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. And yes, Bryce, great minds think alike. Deadpool is kind of a weird one. It's like
they've kind of, well, I don't know. Did you read Deadpool number? Well, you probably didn't read.
No, Deadpool for me has kind of reached peak saturation to the point where it's like, I just don't want to read this.
Why does everybody like my laugh so much?
Oh no, it's a good laugh.
Kevin said, "Okay, we hear that legendary feisty laugh. Good night, everybody." All right, I'm done. I did my laugh. We're out. Peace.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess
as far as Mr. Wizard's World, I have to quote Metalocalypse, Planet Piss.
Oh God, that's funny.
Let's see. Comics Vision, that gives new meaning to the word live stream. And don't cross the live streams.
Wow. Don't pee on an electric fence.
You took a whiz on the electric fence, didn't you?
Yes.
God,
because it's a healthy and real belly laugh. Oh, thanks, James Hayes. I don't know. There's a couple things I don't hold back. Laughing is one, and sneezing. So when I sneeze, I if that shit is trying to get out of my body, nope, it's going out. I don't want to. Yeah, and I usually feel better after a good sneeze and after a good laugh. So
I hate my sneezes because they're typically violent and repetitive, as in they come in spurts and I can't stop the sneezing, and
that sucks.
Sometimes my body hurts afterwards.
Oh, yeah, I only get one or two good sneezes and then I'm done.
Usually mine will happen rapid succession, 4 or 5 times. It's pretty funny. It's a joke with me and my friends, especially if I don't sneeze 5 times. We're 1, 2, wait for it, Oh yeah, you're done. Okay.
I'm the next DC hero, along with a shrimp. Now Joe Arts wants shrimps now. Okay. Oh, cool. I don't know what would be I guess my superpower would be contagious laughter. Yes, let's make it so. Make it so.
Make it
That's
so.
that. Yeah, that would. I don't know. What would your superpower be?
I was always fond of teleportation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far though? Like worldwide, a couple miles.
Let's see. Whenever I play champions and I build a character that has the ability to teleport, it would be any place I've visited.
Okay, that makes sense.
Teleport without error.
I like it.
Which means you can't teleport in walls. So if I've been there, I can get there, or if I can see it. So that's the best way to put it.
Ha! Yeah. Ha! Ha! Major Tom says his power should be making videos on time. I love that you take that, like everyone bitching and like giving you shit in stride, and you take it with such grace.
Well, here's the thing too. It's like it depends on how it's done. Like there's times where it's like, okay, it's the same joke over and over again. Let's move on. But when you pull up stuff like that's original, it's like, okay, dude, kudos, man. It's like would Comix Division uploads a video. It's like, okay, dude, that you said that a billion times. That the joke isn't funny anymore. You got to come up with something a little bit more original, and that's it right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Your superpower is getting videos out on time.
That would be a good. I don't know. Maybe I could do that, but I never plan or promise anything. I'm just like, I'll put out a video when I put out a video. Yeah. So.
Well, there's times too, which sucks about this. Live streams tend to get in the way. That's an issue. So. And live streaming is fun because I get to interact with you folks and I get to have guests on and stuff like that. And then, so by the time, typically I don't do anything Friday, but by the time Friday rolls around, I'm just like so bloody exhausted.
Yeah. And you have to have time for like real life stuff. Like I make sure to clear out my Friday, which I'm sad because I like listening to Gary's streams on Friday and being a part of those when I can. And, but I usually game. I play Dungeons and Dragons. Right. On Friday, so that's my game night. I always tell everybody, I'm like, I need my game nights. Like those are my chance to like interact with other humans that I'm not trying to sell shit to. And yeah, I had some pretty good conversations with some customers today because we were talking about like Marvel and the whole political agenda and that we just want good stories. It was nothing like I don't know, like some of the in-depth conversations we go into live streams or sometimes when I chat with people, but it was just nice to know that people, there's customers out there that feel the same too. It's just like, but we having a good talk about some of the current books that are actually good and some of the indie stuff that we're reading is good. It was really good. Like I had a great day today. My sales were fucking phenomenal. Like I made as much money as I do on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday, and making that much money on a Thursday is huge because Wednesday is, usually shop's biggest days. So, yeah, it was busy. So I had a really good time. And like I said, I saw some kids come in. So I picked up some dollar books and gave it to them for free. I gave a couple kids their first comic books ever today. Their parents seem really cool. They're like, yeah, we're going to come back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun and I started some polls with some people that were coming back into comic books. And yeah, it was yeah.
Very cool.
It was good,
so
yeah.
Jenna Arts is asking, what about your hero names?
Feisty something. Or I don't know, something with laughing. What's a
feisty laughter?
I don't know. What's a good superhero name? You guys should name me. People in the chat, what's my superhero name?
Let's see. Movie Fanobi. Comix power starts with a sneeze, charge up, followed by brain surge, ends with pain, like when Wolverine pops his claws. And then explodes with a nuclear-powered sneeze. Or nuclear powered whiz. Excuse me, nuclear powered whiz. Nice. Feisty Gale.
Feisty gal.
Oh, Feisty Gal. Sorry, I don't know why I said Gale.
What's up, Samurai Raccoon? Welcome to the stream. Comics upload.
Comics
Feisty
uploaded.
funnies. Funny feisty.
Captain
Funny feisty.
The feisty honey badger.
Giggles McGee.
Giggles McGee.
Giggles McGee, everybody. That's me. We're talking about Feisty Gwen.
Feisty Gwen.
I don't know what. That's another thing too. Is like, I was talking to somebody too, and we were looking at. I had a first appearance of Bishop on the wall, and we were talking about how we were kind of a fan with mutants with guns. We thought that was kind of stupid. It's like you have this, even if the power is obscure, you still have a superpower. Why the fuck are you using a gun?
Well, if you don't have an offensive superpower, then it makes sense to use a
true.
gun. I mean, that absolutely makes sense to me.
I guess because I'm like not really into gun. It's not that I'm like anti-gun. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, because
Oh!
Gary mentions the same thing too, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, if I
Captain
had
Corgi.
Captain Corgi. If I had the ability to shoot fireballs out of my ass, I probably would not need a gun as a
Taco
mutant.
Bell, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't need a gun. But yeah, if you don't have enough, I guess it makes sense to use a gun. But
yeah.
Yeah, in the case of Bishop, not every enemy has energy blast. Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So
Plus
like,
Cable uses, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I get the point. I get the point, but it's like, yeah, if the mutant apocalypse is upon you and everybody hates mutants and you're murdering mutants, it's like, yeah, you kind of need something to defend yourself. And if you don't have the ability to, produce an energy blast, you need to find some way of defending yourself.
Oh gosh, these names are great. The fan who laughs, feisty superhero name is Laugh Tracks or Native Tongue or Cosmic Corgi. The feist who laughs. That's really good.
Oh, that's good. I however, am a God damn it. Yeah, I can't speak.
It's okay, I can't either.
I am a fan of Cosmic Corgi. And this is the reason why recording is a bitch for me sometimes, because it's like I will be trying to do a bit and I will fuck it up so bad. It's ridiculous. It's why it takes 3 hours for me to record a goddamn video.
Joke.
The killing feisty.
The killing feisty. These are great. I think I'm a fan of Cosmic Corgi.
Yeah.
Like, because I identify as a corgi, so
Okay.
The wordster.
The words.
That's funny.
Yeah. The comics mumbler.
That's good. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of other things to talk about. I'm kind of brain dead today. Like I said, I
am too, man. It's
corgikin. I like it.
Is that comics procrastinator?
Yeah. The feisty with the fanatical laugh. Yeah, that's a good one too.
The fanatical laugher.
The fanatical laugher. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying about recording. Like, I prefer live streams because they're easy and I'm lazy.
Yes, they are. And that's why we do more live streams now.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, Sky Commander brings up a good topic. How about your thoughts on the rules for fans by Joe Quinones? How about the rules for fucking professionals? Like,
okay, you're gonna have to unpack this one for me because I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so Joe Quinones tweeted this thing about like rules or like, the toxic fandom, and he made a list of rules for fans to follow. It's like, why am I gonna be nice to you if you're a fucking asshole? Like, if you're gonna be an asshole, why am I gonna follow these fucking rules that you put up? I think it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I call bullshit on that Sky Commander. Like, serious. Like, that is ridiculous.
Well, and the other thing too, it's like, you don't like something, right? It's just like, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
If there's something that I don't like that somebody's doing, you can, well, here's the thing. If you're friends with them or if you know them, you can always tell them, hey, this is bothering me. And then, kind of move on. But I'm not going to come up with rules of engagement for people to deal with me. That's fucking stupid.
I have a really good rule. How about don't be an asshole? Like,
Yes.
don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole is a pretty decent rule, but I can't force someone to not be an asshole. And but however, here's the thing that these pros don't understand. They can't control other people. And this is the thing, this is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to control the actions of other people. What they can do is control their own actions. And if somebody pisses them off, they can deal with it constructively. They can ignore the comments, or they can try and turn around and make it positive. Or they can be self-righteous fucktards and just act like they've been acting.
Yeah. And yeah, golden rule, Kevin. Sorry, I'm not going to I don't want to butcher his name, but yeah, golden rule. Don't be a dick. Like, if say someone does something in a book or does something that you don't agree with or whatever, and you want to give criticism, maybe you should try it using some tact yourself and not like completely destroy and attack a creator. Like, it's a two-way street. You got to give respect to earn respect.
Right.
All right, Eric.
I don't know if he's saying that because of what we're talking about, or if you have to legit leave, Eric. So if you do, man, take care. Hopefully, nothing bad is going on. Unless he's like, just making a joke about what we were just talking about.
Oh yeah. So. But yeah, no, but I'm a firm believer in like, you can't like demand respect. Like, you can't just like, I demand respect. No, you kind of have to give it to get it. Like,
well, yeah, it's also earned, I mean, there's a certain level of respect I give people I don't know, right? I mean, because you don't walk up and just be an asshole to everyone. But based off of interactions, that will increase or decrease based off of the person. And also, there's certain leeway being given with, how long I've known somebody or whatnot. But that's the big thing, man. It's like, I get it. I'm a critic. I criticize comic books. And if the creator doesn't like what I have to say, I get it. He doesn't have to be nice to me. But at the same time, if you're going to be a dick to people because you don't share the same values or opinions on things, politics, whatnot, that's bullshit, dude. My wife is a Democrat and I'm not one. We get along just fine. There's stuff that we don't agree on, and that's fine. That's just life. The big thing is, don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. Yeah. Let's be nice.
I have to read Movie Finopi's comment. He says, the first rule of Feist Club is there is no Feist Club. The second rule is fucking laugh, always. The third rule is make comics upload early and often. Fourth rule, Cosmic Corgi rules all. Yes. I'm going to copy that.
Well, you make a very valid point. You cannot make somebody respect you. There are times where there are people who will never respect you, and that's just the way it is. Coates is a good example of that. There's nothing we can do to make him respect us. So yeah, that is a very valid point. Yeah. Yes, James. Though there's times where I kind of want to just out of sheer chaos, but no. But yeah, so that's that. Yeah. The whole guidelines for interaction is pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Skysmith, do you feel that today's current group of pros don't care about?
Did I lose you? You there? Okay, so sounds like I kind of lost Feisty. Do you feel that today's current group of pros don't care about legacy characters they've been given free reign of, more or less Nick Spencer, Mags, Slott, Coates, etc.? Yeah, that's weird because I can't hear you at all, Feisty.
Can you hear me
And you're
now?
oh now I can hear you. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, my internet's been acting weird. So yeah, it's funny. I actually just read Sky Commander's comment, and then you're just like, hello, and then yeah, so yes, continue.
Well, no, go ahead. I mean, you were the one who was reading. It seems like you had an answer first, but go for it.
I mean, it's not so much if they care, it's if their editors care. Because if the editors care, they're gonna pull them back or tell them, hey, you know, that doesn't really flow with the history or whatever. Because editors should fucking know this shit. Like if you're an editor editing a book, you should know continuity. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just the thing. I don't know if I mean, after reading Iron Man, I don't feel like Slott gives two shits about what Tony's has gone through or what, you know, or anything about his history. I mean, I know he mentioned his drinking, but that's about it. Like, but it doesn't feel anything like, you know, Tony. It feels like some dude, like being a goofball. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, no, I completely agree. And I had Maranya on last night, and we were talking about the whole thing with Tony Stark and whatnot, and Dan Slott's run. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, okay. So I think it is twofold. I do think that part of it is the responsibility of obviously the editor to rein in writers and artists that are out of line when it comes to continuity and characters. I also think that there has to be a love of that character to a degree. Obviously, not everyone's going to write a book that they always love, but some pros do have the ability to be able to do that. So I think that there is some sort of mutual responsibility that if you are a professional, that you do your job, right? You go, if I'm a writer and I'm given a book, I should still go do some research and then respectfully write that character. And the things that I make mistakes on and I get fucked up on, that's where the editor comes in and reins me in and says, no, you can't do this with this character. And that's the first thing that should have happened with Nick Spencer when he says, I'm going to make him a Nazi. And it's like, no, you can't do that. That is such a betrayal to the character. Yeah. And unless they're doing like an Elseworld story, then, you know, that's different. So, yep. You still with me, Feisty?
Or yeah, sorry, my boss is texting me. Sorry. Okay, I'm responding to something. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Cool. Yeah. Marvel's veiled their history started in 2012. They don't give two shits what happens before that. Yeah, I know. It's kind of, it's unfortunate.
And again, like, okay, so I was on board with Secret Wars. I really liked what they did with the direction where they was going, and they set up for a good reboot and a good relaunch of stuff, and then it all went south. Like, I don't know how that all new, all different. I think that's what it was after Secret Wars.
No, it was. It was all new, all different. That's really what kind of kicked off the, you know, social justice Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad because like they had potential to do some great things, but nope, they made it all shitty.
Mm-hmm. So out of curiosity, did you get a chance to check out Luke Cage yet?
Yes, I binged it.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on it?
I really liked it. I thought it was a lot better structured than season one. The villain in this was amazing. Bushmaster was written very well. I was empathetical with his backstory and his history and what they did with him. Like I actually understood why he was a villain and why he was out to get this family. God damn, a Black Mariah. Holy shit, that woman is evil. Like, wow. This is like unspoiler. Like, you know, I'm not going to give direct. Oh my God, Colby, why do you have to be so cute? Sorry, Corgi distracted. I absolutely loved episode 10. If you don't, I'm not going to go into too many details, but episode 10 was awesome. It was probably, yeah, it was my favorite episode of the season. Yes, movie for nobody knows why. But yeah, it's I thought it was very well done, and I loved the soundtrack. The music, the spots in each episode where they showcased music was phenomenal. I would probably give it a solid 8 out of 10.
All right, it looks like Gary will be joining us, which is freaking cool.
What?
He just has to take a piss, and I think he'll be jumping on.
Yay!
Overall, okay, so I definitely
we could wait because he's binged it too, so we can hold on to get his input too.
Yes, we can do that. Very cool. So let's see.
Oh my gosh, the gang is all back together.
I know, right? Crazy.
I might actually cry.
Nuts. Yes.
I know.
The best way to be is neutral in political sense when it comes to business. Otherwise, you will be diverse. Divisive.
Gary is now the wizard.
Yes, Gary is now the wizard.
Sorry, now he's
alien
the wizard.
Fans lose me. I mostly agree with what you said, Walt. Gary is the wizard.
Gary is the wizard. That's funny.
But is he Mr. Wizard?
Oh, don't cross the streams, Gary. Oh, that's funny shit. Oh God, I'm like, oh, the laughter. Oh, I feel good. All the endorphins released from. That's I think why I love laughing so much is it feels good. Yes. Like
Eric, I will not spoil. I will not spoil the ending.
Yeah, that's why I was giving like a non-spoilery review. So, yeah. I'm excited. Like this is exciting. This feels like old times.
Yes.
Memories.
Let's see.
Oh, that's funny.
Asking, have you read The Executive Assistant Iris before? No, I have not. I just checked it out, issue 1, and found that it's pretty enjoyable. I'll have to go look into that. That's pretty cool. Overall, yeah. Damn it, Gary, hurry up and get on here, dude. I want to talk about Luke Cage. But yes, I definitely agree with you. It's much better than the first season. There's points where it freaking drags, though. And a lot of it is that, you know, whenever they're at the club, they always have a band on stage, and it takes center stage, I swear to God, for like 5 minutes. And rather than being like a nice transition where they show up for like maybe 10, 15 seconds and then moving on, they really linger on certain things. And that kind of drives me crazy. Because it's like, it's cool that you're showcasing, you know, all this amazing jazz music and this different music that they're playing. But it lingers. That's not the focal point of the show. It is, you know, more of it's set dressing.
I could argue with you about that because fucking like half of the show takes place in a fucking nightclub.
Yes. No, and I get it to go and establish it, but it's when it sits there and lingers.
Because you are right by my chair, dog. I need to scoot back. But I don't
sorry.
My dog is like on my chair, and I want to scoot back, but I don't want to kill him because I like my dog.
No, I hear you. I have cats that do the same thing. They'll get underneath my chair or by my chair. It's like,
and then you're like, ah, and then they're like, ah, and then it's just, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to like get all angry at you, but I'm like, well,
I'm just messing with you.
In a nightclub, so you know.
But yeah, I don't know. At least it's good music.
Yeah, at least it's good music. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There are certain things about it. Let's see. What can I talk about before Gary gets here that's not going to really ruin things? Because I'm there's something I do want to touch on, but I want to wait for Gary to get on because I know you saw it, and it was in episode 1. I'm like, what the fuck? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that. So I'm curious. Did anyone catch the author of the white book that Luke Cage was reading?
I tweeted about it.
I know,
and I caught the screen cap. So if you saw my Twitter feeds,
yes,
you will know. let's trivia the spot the pray for Carrie.
Yeah. I will give you a hint. We've talked about said writer a little bit this evening. Do 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 from Ipanema. Yeah, so Sky Commander got it.
Yep.
So did Eric.
That's awesome.
The girl from Ipanema.
Yes.
Yes, that's the book he's reading.
Gary!
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Wow, it feels like it's been forever since we've been on a live stream together.
It has been. Busy we've been.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
So we're talking about Luke Cage. And I know all three of us at this point have binge watched it.
Yes.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on this season, and what are your thoughts about Luke Cage in episode 1 reading a book by Coates?
I didn't even notice that. This is the first I'm hearing it. That's how much I
really, dude. I it was like slow mo for me. It was like, he's reading a Coates book.
When was that?
Episode 1.
Episode 1. It was like within the first 10 minutes. I actually screen capped it from my phone and posted it on Twitter.
He's actually sitting in one of the barbershop chairs.
Yeah.
And you see him close the book in big fucking words, Ta-Nehisi Coates. And this is like, yeah.
I probably would have gotten triggered right away if I'd have noticed that. It's a good thing I didn't. Yeah, that one went right by me. Well, I mean, he does write for Marvel, kind of, if that's what you can call it, but it is what it is. I hate to say that, but I don't know. I didn't hate Luke Cage season 2 though. I didn't think.
No, I didn't hate it either.
I said I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. Like
I do think it ran on too long. There was too many episodes. I really think they could have cut down to 8 to 10 episodes.
Yeah, I think the 10 episode thing would be great.
Yes, I bitched about that quite a bit. It seems to be they're not Daredevil. See, Daredevil, both of those seasons for me felt full. They needed 13 episodes because there was plenty of story to tell. But Jessica Jones season 1 and 2, even with the great David Tennant in season 1 and that horrible Jessica Jones season 2.
No, God.
Yeah, that was awful. And then Luke Cage season 1, I only liked the first few episodes till Cottonmouth got killed, and then it just got.
Oh no, I agree with that's where the season ended for me.
Yeah, so I like the Bushmaster a lot, but yeah, there was a couple of episodes that were I think it was filler within the episodes. I ended up enjoying it mostly, but it was way too long, and it had too many endings, and it had some really weird plot changes, like the drugs being introduced like so late in the game. And I mentioned this on my recap, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself to some people, but when it was the 12th episode, the beginning of the 12th episode, when that girl's doing the heroin and she bites her boyfriend in the neck. I don't know if anybody else got like, oh, they're going to introduce Blade right now. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I know.
No. I was thinking bath salts with that, so I didn't.
Oh, haha.
Bath salts.
Yeah.
Good old bath salts. Glad I skipped that one. Phew.
Fortunately, I think you were maybe a little bit out of that before bath salts came around.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Sorry, I missed it. No.
You might have been eating somebody's face.
That tastes like chicken.
Yes.
So okay.
Nom.
Yeah, they introduced the drug thing like way too late. I would have liked to have seen that addressed earlier. Luke Cage gets his ass kicked most of the season. I did like where it ended. They kind of borrowed that from Daredevil and a couple other storylines where they make him kind of like the Kingpin. And if it flows into Daredevil season 3 to where Luke Cage kind of clears the path for Kingpin to come back, and that becomes a thing, and they cross over more, because I think that's the answer for the Netflix series is you can't go back to the Defenders. You just don't have the budget for something like that. But if you start, like in Luke Cage, they mixed in a little Heroes for Hire. That episode 10 was great, and that's the best.
I totally agree. I loved episode 10. Absolutely. I needed more of that.
Well, and Finn Jones looks like he, lifts some weights, and it looks like he's more comfortable in his role. And I actually bought him as Danny Rand for the first time.
Seriously.
Yeah, I agree with you too. That he did a much better job as the character in Luke Cage than he did in his own series or the Defenders. So yeah, I bought him a little bit too. His hair wasn't so curly; it looked a little more straight, and to me, he kind of looked a little bit more like Danny Rand.
Yeah. I totally bought him as Danny Rand that episode. And I, like you said in your stream, which I'm going to repeat, that they actually used his money as a play. Like, I really enjoyed that as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, the way they used power, I really like that. I like the fact that Luke Cage it's basically an entire season of him musing in his head, like, what is the right thing to do. He loses everybody who's close to him or around him as the season goes on. And, he's not the best judge. He's a very flawed human.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to finally go evil at the end, or what, pretty much that's
the thing too. And so
Spoilers.
The Batman's hitting me.
Oh yeah. You don't have your paddle up yet.
So he says the whole thing where he feels that in season 2 that he was weaker personality wise, not physically. I thought because I did feel that he kind of phoned it in a little bit in season 1. I think he was kind of better in this season. The ending I was kind of mixed on, simply because being it that not word salad again.
Word salad.
Avid reader of Luke Cage or know much about him. I don't know if that fits his character or not, with how it ended. So I thought it was interesting how they did it, but I wasn't sure if it was true to the character or if being a hero, if he would actually do that or not.
Yeah, it might fit the modern one. I haven't read anything Luke Cage in 5 years. So they've retconned so much. And Feisty, you would know better than me. But the one I read in Power Man and Iron Fist would never do that. But he was a very one-dimensional character, back then.
Mm-hmm.
Night movie Fanobi.
Night movie
Fanobi.
Okay, so yeah, he so the Batman is saying that he didn't think it was the true character, and that was kind of what I was getting at too. Is it didn't seem like something Luke Cage would do as someone who was a hero. This kind of comes off more as an anti-hero than anything else. Which, if Luke Cage was an anti-hero, then fine, I don't have a problem with it. But it just seems like he is somebody who would not go that route.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
See you, dude.
I think the one thing that makes him really cool to me anyway is that he's a guy who has been to prison, even though he was wrongly accused, and he rose above that. And to have gone to prison and just be an anti-hero kind of takes away from the character a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well, the other thing too that and this is a nitpick, is that, oh my god, they said bulletproof so many fucking times this season. I swear to God, there has to be at least like 10 or 20 times it was mentioned in one episode. It got really fucking ridiculous. It's like, come on, dude. At this point in time, we all know the dude's bulletproof. If you've seen season 1 or hell, even the first episode, the dude's bulletproof.
Right? And they keep. I agree with Englentine on this 100%. That, like, stop shooting at this guy. Now, if you're gonna shoot at him, shoot a bazooka or something like that. Like, keep upping it. And now the Judas bullet doesn't work on him. And they only did it once. And they're like, and I guess the word got out, and I guess they collected all the Judas bullets. But yeah, that was, there was too many there's not enough powers in it too. He's still just lumbering around, and we proved he can run fast. He can jump. I'd like, do some wire work, do something. The storytelling was good enough, and Bushmaster was good enough.
Yes,
they kind of got away with it. Bushmaster was great. That was a good villain. So
the other thing too, I really liked is I liked what they did with Shades this season.
Yes!
They definitely gave him a lot more depth.
Oh yes, absolutely.
The other thing I think that I don't know. It's like that's one thing I was kind of wondering about too. Is like, is it was he really fucking that dude, or was she just taunting him and he's just like, this is my friend, fuck you, kind of thing? I don't know. That just seemed kind of weird, but
no, they were
supposed to be okay. All right.
Yeah. They Comanche fell in love with him. in prison, and Shades did the whole, well, it's, it's different inside, inside is inside, and
inside is inside.
Yeah, inside is inside.
Own it.
Shades. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Own it.
Deep
Own
inside.
it, buddy.
Okay. Okay. Because now that actually makes a little more sense. What he was getting at. I was thinking like all the wrong shit they did in prison, not the fact that they were bumping and grinding. Okay. Misty Knight actually did not annoy me. I thought they did some pretty good characterization with her. They definitely did ramp up the identity politics in this season.
They did, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be every episode, every second, and this is kind of God. I hate to. Okay, I'm really not an us and them kind of person. All right, but this is how they win. By they just assault us with this stuff, and then when they tone it down, we're like, oh, it's just a little bit.
Yes,
it's fine, and all battles end up, like in the middle eventually, not right away, but eventually, like things, the pendulum swings both ways, the country, it always like leans towards the center, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So I don't know, but I thought it was actually worse in the first season to me.
Really? I liked it in the first season.
No, I meant the identity politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a little worse in the first
I thought
season.
there were some, but I don't remember there being as much and as blatant. Definitely, it was very present in Jessica Jones season 2. There was a lot of man hating in that season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not a person who's like super sensitive to that stuff, but yeah, Jessica Jones was, the no villain, man hating, Dalton, I'm gonna use your postmodern storytelling with Jessica Jones that was such a giant turd.
It really was. I like, after I sat through it, I was like, God, why the fuck did I waste my time watching this?
Well, she ended up in the same place she did in season 1.
There was no growth. There was no moving forward. It was bland. I'm like, okay.
And she's not bland in the comics, okay?
No.
And the whole thing of them, I hope they're working their way to getting Luke Cage and her together at some point, because that relationship does kind of help both, especially helps the Jessica Jones character. And she doesn't need a man. It just adds to her character being in a relationship. It could be with whatever, and then eventually
I always hate that. It's like, don't need no man kind of crap. It's just like, whatever, dude. Everybody needs somebody. That's the thing that really kind of bothers me about that argument. No, it's true, man. We are social creatures. Humans,
absolutely.
Yeah, we are social creatures. We need one another, flat out. That.
Why do you think this is a large jump here, but why do you think YouTube is so fucking successful right now? And they're really driving home this live streaming thing, because it's social interaction. It's you get to interact. Like, we're reading the chat, we're looking at the chat, we're talking with a bunch of people right now.
Right.
Yeah. Even when we're separated, we need to talk to each other. So yes, we are social creatures.
Yes. So, and that's the thing that it's like, and I get there are damaged people, and that's how Jessica is. But the problem, and I mentioned this too, that you just mentioned it, is the fact that the season ends where she began. There is absolutely no evolution to the character, and that it was a complete fucking waste of time. And I always hear it when it comes to like storytelling. The easiest way of summing up a story is that man climbs up tree, people come over, throw rocks at him, man climbs down, forever changed, or woman. You get the idea.
Yeah.
That's.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I was going to make a smart ass comment, but you're fine.
Yeah. And that's the thing, Jessica Jones was not forever changed in season 2.
No. And then, we forget that she was in the Defenders, and she seemed to be a little better, and then she went right back. So
yeah.
It almost felt like with Netflix, I'm wondering if these series are just placeholders now, just to retain rights. I don't know what the situation is with that. You could tell Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and even Luke Cage season 2 had much lower budgets than their first seasons. And they look, they still look real pretty, but just compare the shows, especially Luke Cage has been years, been a couple of years, and yeah, it's just a different show. So I don't know what's going on with that, but they need to have more superhero interaction for me to be interested. Anyway, you can't go back to like the standalone. I just, you can't do that with the movies either.
Well, especially after the Defenders too, like having them all for a team show. But I definitely, like they do need more crossovers. They do need a bigger budget to showcase powers. I absolutely agree.
Well, that was the thing too, is I was ecstatic when Danny showed up because it's like, oh, holy shit, we're gonna get Power Man and Iron Fist, but it was only from one episode, and I was waiting the entire season for him to show up, and it sucked that he was only there for the one episode because I would have liked to have seen it if it ended with them teaming up as Power Man and Iron Fist, but somebody out there is going to complain, and say, oh, he doesn't need a white man to help him out with his problems. Going back to what I'm saying with, people, we are human. We need people. We need one another. And the fact that it would have pulled in, Power Man and Iron Fist would have been fucking cool. And I don't know, but they didn't do it. It was only the one episode. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they did with Tenet. He was only in one or two. Kevin, Dwayne, yes, I did see Preacher. Can I plug? I'm sorry. Can I
go for it? Go for it.
I did do. I covered Preacher season 3, episode 1 on my channel. Yes, I did. Thought it was pretty good. I'm a fan. But that's another show that's kind of suffering from. You could tell they cut the budget a little bit. So
well, yeah, and that's the whole thing is that Preacher is supposed to be a road trip, right?
Yeah,
but that's not what we got.
No, we're getting Angelville, so that's good. That's a good thing. And yeah, Grandma was awesome. And they had, it looks like it's going to be fun, but you could tell that the creators of that show, which were, I forget the other guy, but Seth Rogen, have already moved on to The Boys, and they're working on that on Amazon. I can't wait for that to come out.
I didn't realize it was Seth Rogen. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's really good at directing and producing television. I got to say that the first season, when he was really involved in the first season of Preacher, and it was great. I fucking loved it. So, yeah.
I'm still plugging away with Preacher, so sorry that I'm behind.
I like it. It's not terrible. Season 2 kind of dragged a bit.
It did.
Season 3 looks to be promising. There are bits in season 2 that were fucking hilarious, like the German dude. I can't remember his name.
Fucking Hitler.
The Hitler stuff was funny.
this season looks like Hitler's like working in like a Fridays or something like that, like some restaurant. And Hitler has escaped hell with Arseface, and dude, it was some. Yeah, Hair Star was a highlight.
Hair Star, that's right.
Fucking awesome.
He was fucking hilarious, and the whole thing where somebody misinterprets his orders. He's basically getting raped.
Oh yeah, dudes. Yeah. He just sits back and goes, "Okay, fine."
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious.
What's funny? Yes.
I
don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's been talked about a lot, so I don't know if you guys want to hear about this stuff again, but I haven't been able to talk about it. I was even musing on doing a video on it tonight. But
this the topic? Is this the topic you've been wanting to talk about for a while?
Well, God, what was that one again?
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
I don't remember either, but I wanted to talk about GameStop and now Walmart having comics.
God, yes.
And no, the topic I wanted to talk about is why comic shops are not getting involved vocally in Comicsgate any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that was it. Yes, that was it.
Yes.
I mean, it's a really obvious short answer, but that there is a lot of stuff behind it. But the really obvious short answer is, I wouldn't say fear, caution. There definitely are shops on both sides. For sure. I'm going to say the majority don't know about it. I'll be honest with you.
Honestly, I agree.
A lot of comic shop owners, and I'll lean towards the older ones, which there are still many out there. Some of these guys don't do email, and I'm not kidding. They're not really the most modern people in the world. I hate to generalize, but a lot of the older comic shop guys, they might do Facebook, a little Twitter here and there, but they probably have. they probably heard their customers talking about Comsgate and don't have time for it, and don't have any patience for that crap. Just the few I've talked to, most of them didn't know about it at all and wouldn't get involved. And what I mean by not getting involved is like, basically going out on Twitter and saying, I'm going to carry Jawbreakers, which I think would really be good for your store. You would have to take a lot of shit, but your store name would be everywhere. Yes. You would just have to like have that mental armor to be able to take some of the shit you were going to get. But I think that, they're just being really cautious, and it's not worth the trouble. And even EVS said it on a stream on it was, God, he's done so many streams, but it was the stream. He kind of gave the background on some of the abuse that he has gone through. So which is unbelievable, by the way, for all that some people complain about on Twitter. EVS has been through like threatening his kids. Well, I think one guy threatened, or just as it was passing comment, but like said, I wanted to drown your kids or some bullshit like that. So yeah, he's been through some.
Well, I know that somebody said that, and that was the whole thing when he said, go kill yourself. That was like the part of the whole controversy when he was being outed by Bleeding Cool as being a bully, and they only provided half of the story. They just provided the half where he said to somebody, go kill themselves. But what they didn't report on is that guy made a comment about drowning his kids.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was, that was really eye-opening to hear. I don't know if that makes any sense, but fucking that was an amazing live stream, one of his best live streams, and it gave context to everything. But he mentioned,
one thing I do have to ask, because we asked this of the other side, did he show receipts?
Did he show I don't think so. Okay. But he has shown receipts with some other stuff. So
I mean, he has. That's why I asked.
Yeah, he's
because if to be fair, and because we criticize the other side for this when it comes to harassment and showing the receipts, that's why I'm asking. So
no, that's a fair question to ask, and I was not watching. I was listening, so he may have. I do not know.
Yes.
I tend to believe Ethan, but you're correct in asking that. So, but what he said in this long thing I've explained here is, he even said himself that the comic shops, it's not worth it for them to, basically the profit on any of these books for a comic shop at most will be $10, okay, per book at most. Yeah. It's not worth it. It's flat out not worth. If you carry that book, and say I carried it here in San Francisco, I fucking guarantee you, and it got out, there'd be people at my door. There would be, all kinds of crap going on, because this town likes to do stuff like that. No shop would want to deal with that. Now, I kind of think it would be fun, just to, because.
Hey man, it goes back to the whole thing with there's no such thing as bad publicity.
No, there isn't, and I can handle that stuff. But I understand why comic shops don't want to do it. It's hard enough now. Things are hard enough, and Feisty, you could speak for current comic shops, but I think the collective voice of them right now is just, can we all just shut up and get along, because we're trying to sell comics and this isn't helping at all.
Oh yeah, I saw a really good cartoon that showcased exactly that. It was like a group of people talking about like one side, and then there was another panel showing the other side, and then there was just the person behind the counter is like, you guys just buy something now? And I don't, exactly. Well, I don't know. You saw me at work, Gary. So I
don't mean, and I'm speaking in general terms here, and I'm trying to speak for everybody, and that's not necessarily how I feel about the situation personally. I think it's gotten to the point where they kind of have, if they don't have to get in the game, but I think they could, and they could survive it. And I think it is important to hear from them one way or another. And we've heard from some, but, because I was asked a question on Twitter, and it was a great question. And I just kind of dipped in, answered, and dipped out. And I didn't see all the responses or anything, because I don't really do Twitter that much anymore. But it was a good question. It was just asking, hey, with the crowdfunding success of, Jawbreakers, and we've asked this before too, with Jawbreakers and Cyberfrog, do you think it's just, and I'm paraphrasing his tweet here, do you think it's basically just FU money, or do you think this is actually something, the start of something new? And of course, the waffle answer I gave was, kind of no. I mean, you still need comic shops to sell these books in, but I think it is a good start. I think the reason they're successful is partially FU money, and I think partially it's really positive interaction with Mitch Breitweiser and EVS and even Zach. Interact positively with their followers. So their followers really like them. So they really want to give them money. So I think it's way more than just FU money, and that's why it's success. But the answer was basically, unless every creator is going to go out and have a YouTube channel with over 10,000 subscribers, I don't think it's the future. I think it's definitely a start though. Like if I was going to start a store this month, I would, what I would do with my indie section, it would take a lot more fucking work, but I would go on Indiegogo now and Kickstarter and look around and see what books I can get directly from them. For one, that cuts Diamond out of the picture. Fuck yeah. And I can talk to the creators themselves. And again, Diamond is a success with comic shops because of its convenience. Most of all, it's very easy to have everything in one place and you can just order everything in one spot. But I think comics, it sucks, but comic stores are going to have to work a little harder now and start getting into the Indiegogos and Kickstarters if they want to stay in the game. And they have to, start finding books there, because that you now have bigger creators are going to make more money and they're going to go as soon as the dollar signs, listen, they're going to go. There's more creators are going to go this route because they can.
Yeah, I agree.
And
also apparently Bryce is the one whose comments you were talking about on Twitter.
Oh, cool. Hi, Bryce.
Oh, Bryce.
Yeah, it was B Doug. Okay, say hi, Bryce. How's it going? Yeah, it was a good call. It was a good question. I thought it was a good question. I hope I answered it. I hope I tried to answer as well as I could, and because I'm really, as you can tell, long-winded, and I'm not good on Twitter at all. So
there's not enough characters for Gary, you guys.
No, and it's a hard answer because I got to take my retailing pants off. I don't have pants on right now anyway, but I got to take my retailing pants off and try to look at it as a fan and a retailer. Because as a retailer, I hate change at like I would hate with GameStop. My first reaction as a retailer would be fuck that, fuck them, no way. But that's actually good. Comics going there is actually a really good thing, and in Walmart, even if it is exclusive. And I'm sure Brian Hibbs is probably going to sue DC for it because it probably violates something. I'm sure it does. I don't know if they can actually do that, to be honest with you. I think it violates something. So yeah, but I think it's good. I think comic stores going in chain stores and being in other places is like right now we just need comics to be in the hands of young people who are going to read them and give us a future, or it's fucked.
That's why when young people come in, I give them dollar books for free.
That's good. No, you really don't need to know that, Eric.
I always thought you didn't have legs, Gary. And then
I'm just a puppet. No, I have pants on.
But no, I completely agree too. But the fact of the matter is people are like, oh my God, like I had a couple people text me, message me on my personal Facebook, and they're like, oh my God, what do you think about this? I'm like, I think it's cool. Plus, it's only like 4 titles, and they have a comic shop locator in them.
She sounds like a robot.
That's what,
okay. I wasn't sure if it was me.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's been having internet issues.
But I got the gist of what you said there, Feisty. It's well, I wanted to ask you, what did you think about the Walmart thing?
Oh yeah, I was kind of mixed because of the fact that I'm like, oh, okay, I'm looking at it as competition, but at the same time I'm like, wait, okay, so it's only 4 titles and there's a comic shop locator in them. Okay, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, unless Walmart's going to start like a subscription service, I wouldn't worry about it. So
yeah,
well, yeah, and going back to what you're talking about, getting comics in the hands of more people, getting them into Walmart. And I know this is something that back in the day, which was last year, that was something that why am I blanking on his name? Captain Comix was talking about was getting comic books in the checkout stands of Walmart. Anthology type stuff. That's a good way of getting interest, because we talked about this a whole lot with getting kids into comics. That's hook them while they're young, just like Catholicism and cigarettes.
Yep.
That's the way we got to get. That's the way we can keep comics surviving, because we don't want it to be just like the old fogey hobby, like us, Gary.
Right.
We need them to be picked up by younger people, and the whole thing with the current state of comics, and with the politicization of fucking everything, entertainment, TV, movies, and comic books, that is not a way to get kids in.
No, they're going to check out on that stuff, and it's hard enough to get them. You actually got to give them good stories too. It always pissed me off. The Marvel Adventure line was always like, not very good artists. The stories were real basic. So I never ordered those. And I got this huge collection of like really beat up bronze Marvel team up 2-in-1, but kind of off brand, a bunch of reprints, from the Fantastic Four, Marvel Greatest Adventures. And it was, I think it was like 4,000 comics, and it was a bunch of doubles, and it was an old comic shop that just had a bunch of these that they didn't feel like were, in there. I found some gems too. Like I have like a whole box of Werewolf by Night, the first appearance and stuff. But I put those on a spinner rack, and they were $25. They were cover price for kids, right? And they were $1 for adults, to the point where the adults were sending in their kids to try to get the comics. But
smart.
That was working, and I had kids reading good Bronze Age. They were reading Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Fantastic Four, Marvel's Greatest Adventures, and we started doing the birthday party thing. And you got to work at it to get the kids in there. But they do actually like to read. My kid loves to read, and so that it's how much effort the comic shop owner puts into it. And that's not talked about a lot. We hear about the poor comic shop owners and stuff, and this, Feisty, not all of them work very hard. There is some, you get out of your shop what you put into it. So it's some of that is, I heard a lot of that on my video about the 50 comic shops closing, where people were kind of getting on me that I sounded like it was all Marvel's fault. I don't think it was all Marvel's fault. I think they're
just contributing. It's not all Marvel's fault.
No, it was definitely, some
275% meet or exceed. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right? That is true. Okay, so this, what Bryce is saying here, I think what DC is doing is doing at Walmart is smart. Now imagine if any publishers did that, but with independent creators. Imagine 10 different ongoing series all in one book. But here's the thing: you're not gonna get Eric Larson stuff, man, because the Savage Dragon stuff. Holy shit! Yeah, it'd have to be obviously something that could be marketed towards kids as well as adults. You can't have
Paper Girls, man. That shit is awesome.
I don't know much about it. I've seen it. I've seen this. I won't say the solicitations. I've seen it advertised in Comixology, but I never read it. But yeah, okay. So Bryce follows up with this is what Japan does with manga, and it works. It worked wonders. Yeah, and again, this is something that people brought up before with the whole idea of making it more affordable. What they do is was it like 5 would be considered 5 issues in a book? Is that basically how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Japanese really have it down when it comes to how manga sells, and it's outselling American comics.
By far. Here in San Francisco, the manga sections in Barnes and Noble are always like torn up, like right after school, because there used to be a Borders near my comic shop, and that manga section would be torn up, and I would get a lot of shit for not carrying it. And I, at the time I was like, I don't know anything about it. I'd be the worst person in the world to carry this stuff, and I'd probably changed my mind now, but it's disposable there. Like over in Japan, I heard that like they'll read it and like leave one on a train for somebody else, and not disposable in a bad way. They just read so much of it. It's It's like a newspaper.
Yes, yes.
We need that again. I don't think we'll ever
Well,
have that.
that is it is printed on, I think, pulp, and it is black and white. So that's how it's afforded. Like, it's not in color. I know they've re-released some stuff with color. I don't remember which titles, but they're a little bit more expensive. But yeah, that's how it's affordable. That's how they can have like a manga book with 5 issues for $9.99, because it's printed on pulp and it's black and white.
And Bryce, I think it's very apparent that even Eric Larson doesn't want his own books.
Right. I like Sky Commander says, I just wish Marvel would lower their price point to $2.99. Would be a nice change. I mean, you can't tell me they aren't making stupid amounts of money since being bought out by Disney. They aren't. Well, it's Disney's kind of budgeted them. I can't talk, in a corner, Sky Commander. So they're still autonomous, but they're running on their old budget. So they have no money. Like that's everybody knows this. That's why the creators, the quality of the creators has gone down so much, because they're not paying for it right now. They need to fix it. They need to pump more money into it, because Disney's going to find out that right now they look at Marvel as promotional pamphlets for their movies, and it needs to be more than that. That's their source material, and they've kind of burned through a lot of it. And they want to introduce this new age of heroes, especially in the movies, which good luck with that. I wish they would. That was my suggestion for their fresh start, was to go back to pulp, bring pricing down to $1.99, $2.99, and make all of your books for 1 calendar year returnable. They won't do it, but
no.
You want to talk about you would gain 50 comic shops back in 6 months if you did that. Shit, I did that earlier.
This is funny. So, Batman is saying, I heard that Disney is not happy with Marvel's comics division. I would not be surprised, because they have been losing the money. Lots and lots of money.
No, and DC is coming, guys. Like they, I don't know about you, but that streaming service they announced got me excited. I mean, the comics are going to be on there too with all of their shows. Now they're not going to have the CW shows right away, because they have a Netflix deal, but they, like in a couple of years, I think they're going to we're going to have one place where we can see the Batman, the entirety of the Batman animated series, the Superman animated series, that Titan show, which doesn't look very good, although Robin looked pretty good. That picture of Robin looked good. And that, they're going to doing multiple panels at con. Like, they're making an effort, at least. Like, they're really trying. They see blood in the water right now with Marvel Comics. Okay.
Oh, they do.
And they're coming, and I go for it, man. I want DC to kind of crush them right now, to be honest with you.
I made this comment, and people have disagreed with me. I think within the next couple of years, maybe next year, I do think that DC will overtake Marvel.
They might. The MCU is coming to an end. I think after Avengers 4, there's going to be a big drop off. And we all know what's coming. There's been tons of videos about it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, yeah. Angleton mentioned this, and I completely agree with him, is that when we hit the end of Infinity War, it's going to be the climax, and then I don't think is going to give a shit about Phase 4.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're rolling in a lot of the C-list characters, like Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, if they do that. Now, I mean, granted, they kind of did a little bit with Ant-Man, because I would not consider him to be an A or B list character, and that was an entertaining movie. But Captain Marvel is not, even though they're making her the face of the new MCU, that was a wrong pick. Absolute wrong pick.
I could not agree more. I predicted when they announced they were doing a Captain Marvel movie. God, it's been 2 years, right? It's been maybe longer. I did a podcast which nobody listened to, and I've repeated it a bunch of times. I predict that she will get the kill shot on Thanos, and I'm standing by that 3 years later. And if she does, which I think I said it as a joke, kind of, but I actually think it's going to happen that way. I think she's going to get like the final shot on Thanos, and they're just going to.
It depends. I've heard that she's actually not going to be in the movie.
Oh God,
that they actually want to introduce her in her own movie. So when is that coming out? Is that coming out before Infinity War?
They shot scenes with her, so maybe they cut them out.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's what I heard is that they did have the scenes, but they made the decision to introduce her in her own movie.
Great, but doesn't her movie come out before Avengers 4?
Her movie comes out before Avengers 4, and this is her own movie. Takes place in, I think, the 80s.
The 90s.
So it's it was an origin story. So it comes out earlier than when all this shit happened in all the other movies. So
I'm not gonna say that it's not a possibility with her getting the kill shot, because I can kind of see them doing it.
Yeah, because I kind of heard she was taking some of Warlock's stuff from Infinity Gauntlet. Again, this is, I heard it on the internet, so it has to be true. But
yeah, Doc.
Yeah, man. So that would make me insane. That's the only thing I didn't like about Infinity War was the post-credit scene, and just you can tell what they're trying to do, and it's just insulting to a comic fan's intelligence, and it's got nothing to do with against Captain Marvel the character. It's what Marvel has been.
Well, no, it's like it's like you have 10. Well, not only that, we've had the last 10 years of Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, and if one of those dudes does not get the kill shot, that's a problem.
Yep.
Okay. Hell, I mean, I can accept even Scarlet Witch or Black Widow because they've been there, right? It's not like there's like one, they have one movie, they show up to get the kill shot. It's like we've had years to develop relationships with these characters, and for this character nobody knows about coming in and getting the fucking kill shot, that's bullshit.
I know. Kevin Feige's a smarter man than that. Come on. And yeah, she's not even, we did an entire podcast on this. Dennis and I, we trying to argue that She-Hulk is a better female character than Captain Marvel, always has been, always will be.
Yes. Yeah.
And I wish they would have put her in. Gamora, they killed poor Gamora. She's a better character than Captain Marvel ever will be. We'll see. I mean, we're getting all it looks like they're going that direction though, and I will be there to eviscerate it if they do, because and then maybe DC is praying that they go that direction, because that would be a great time to start making good movies and keep this thing going. So
and that's kind of the thing too, right? And where DC is kind of falling apart at is the fact that they tried to jumpstart things way too quickly. Marvel has been doing it for like the last 10 years. They've been doing what now, like the last 3 or 4. So for them to go and do that, they kind of fuck things up. So they need to rethink their strategy and take the long-term approach, like what's been going on with Marvel. And it looks like we lost Feisty. No, she literally dropped out. So hopefully she'll be back on.
Yeah, because I'm watching it.
But,
sorry.
Yeah. What would be smart of them if they go, we know that Marvel's going to peak and fans are going to want something to fill the void. So if they slowly built up rather than just crapping out a Justice League movie like they did, they could have done better. I think they would be in a better position too.
Yep, that's good. Yeah, they've really put themselves in a corner with that one. That sucks. Especially when they have Matthew Vaughn offered to direct Superman and they turned it down. Like Mark Millar and Matthew Vaughn had a script ready to go and they wanted to do it, and they just dragged their feet, and now they're off doing Miller World on Netflix, which I can't wait for.
That should be interesting.
If you're a fan of Mark Millar like I am, I'm gonna love it. I'm sure I am, but except for the recent stuff. But yeah, we'll see.
Like the new Kick-Ass, or
I don't like the new Kick-Ass very much.
Yeah. Did you read the Magic one? Shit, it's not in front of me right now. Let me see if I can find it.
Which Magic one?
The Magic Order is what's called.
No, I have not read that.
That's actually pretty decent.
I'm checking out Reborn right now. I like that one with
is that a memoir book or
yeah, came out 2-3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. It's got Capullo art. It reminds me of like a heavy metal comic a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Well, cool.
Feisty, what happened? My internet.
Well, she's been having problems with her internet. So yeah. So it happened like the last couple of streams we were on. So what's up with you, dude? Oh, you know what? Before we wrap things up, you gotta tell us about VidCon.
Oh yeah, okay, VidCon. So I kind of went alone. I was there with an old co-host of mine, but I kind of went by myself, just with my little notepad to learn as much as I could. And I got a lot out of it like one day, and then it was just a bunch of filler stuff and frankly a bunch of SJW stuff was going on there. Like there was a lot of
oh, come on. Did you see any panels with Cat Black?
No, I did not. I went to the analytics panel, who was done by the film theory guy. I forget his name. That panel was great.
Matt Pat.
Yes, that's him. He's good. He was actually funny. He was actually pretty funny. I liked him. And he's straight. Didn't see that coming. I mean, it's cool, but yeah. I couldn't believe it when he said he had a wife. So he had I'm not going to bore you guys with it, but he broke down YouTube analytics, and it made a lot of sense. And the whole thing about like cratering your channel, like it's pretty easy to crater your channel if you're not careful. And
I'm pretty sure I've cratered my channel. So
nah. I think there's a way to get out of it, but it's not by what you say. It's really interaction is great. So if you piss people off, that can be, sometimes you could take a little bit of a sub hit, but as long as your minutes watched are staying up and there's people voting up or down, it's fine. That's interaction in your video, and that's all they care about. They want to know their eyes are on the screen. They don't care about your sub count. I mean,
so all of you who are watching right now, hit that like button.
Hit that like button, subscribe.
Hit that like button, subscribe. Yeah.
But then it got boring.
Internet died.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, Feisty.
It wasn't worth $250. Who you got to call? Comcast?
Yeah, where they tweak their nipples when they hear that you're suffering and in pain over their internet.
I get for free, so I got to call her and be like, "What's up with the thing?" So sorry.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
My best friend owned her, so I guess pretty awesome.
You were kind of breaking up. No, I can hear you, but you were breaking up for a little bit, but you are back.
We're breaking up.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than the analytics, and there was a bunch of like. We want to hear about the women who are, women for change and all that stuff. There's a lot of that stuff. So I obviously skipped that stuff because I don't like change or women. Forget it.
Wow.
Yeah. True colors there. No,
I think I would have gone just to see what kind of fucking shit they were saying and shake my head, but I might have gotten tossed out because I'm a straight white dude. So.
Yeah, I stayed away from those panels. I tried to, there was some tempting stuff to maybe go in and troll, but honestly, there wasn't that many people there. All these big YouTubers I expected to see. I saw Rich from Red Letter Media sat next to him. That was it. I didn't see like Mundane Matt running around or anything. Apparently they were all off partying and none of them actually went to the show.
That's hilarious.
Well, apparently Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic were there.
What do they look like? I have no idea what they look like. Because it was very humbling, because if you didn't have like 100,000 subs, you were nobody there. You were absolutely nobody. And we had the guys running around like that looked like a caricature from like a movie of what a YouTuber would be. They were, I have no, like, Logan Paul, those guys, they had people following them and they were doing
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It was fucking ridiculous. But, what was that? Like you give someone $5 and change and you get a woman? Well, in certain parts of the world, Batman, you can. You should know that, Crime Cape Crusader. So yeah, it was kind of $250 was way too much to spend for basically a half a day of stuff that I did get out of it. I don't know if I'm gonna all that stuff I thought I was doing wrong. So YouTube is steering heavily towards live streams. They want more people to live stream. It used to be a good average to have somebody watching your videos like 5 to 8 minutes on average. Now they want it up to 13 to 15. That's where I'm at. And you want to get into the recommendation field. How you get into the recommendation field, they tell you, is to find somebody who's successful and copy them. That was their big.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I never would have thought of that.
Huh.
You know,
well, it goes back to, you know, original content too. It's like, why? Yeah, I know. I've heard the same thing too, where it's like, you got to be on top of like trending topics and shit like that. And
no, the other one I went to that was really good is making a niche YouTube channel. And they got a bunch of people who were like really on. There was a PBS space guy, and there was that mortician lady who just talks about dead bodies, and that was a great panel because that reinforced everything that in our community. What we're doing here is the future YouTube is not the channel with 1 million subs or 6 million subs. It's going to be the one with 20,000 subs and 50,000 subs or 10,000 subs that's in a community that talks to other channels. And that's kind of what's naturally been happening here. We're kind of doing everything right. You're doing longer videos, more people are watching, you're engaging with your community. That's what they want. That's what YouTube wants anyway. The one thing I always question is a lot of people like to bash YouTube, you know, and like the lack of communication does suck, but you got to understand why they do that. They have competition out there that they don't want hearing what's going on. Twitch has forced them to do a lot of things like being able to, like the chat being in a video once it rolls over. Twitch forced them to do that. So that's a good thing about competition. But the way YouTube has it set up, it's harder to get monetized. But once you do, and you have pleasing content to advertisers, you're going to make more money. You're going to make a lot more money if that's what you're into.
Well, the first thing I need to start doing is stop saying fuck all the time.
Right? But no, that's actually got very little to do with it. I don't think they trip too much on the fuck thing. It's more of I don't think they're trying to.
It's controversial topics, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And they're basically trying to get rid of anybody controversial, which I'm totally against, by the way.
Yeah.
By just strangling them out money wise. You know, even Monday Matt was talking about like his political channel isn't making as much as his $3 Theater channel is.
Yeah, well, that was the whole reason why he started $3 Theater, was because of that.
Yep. And you know, I'm not a braggart. Okay, I'm not that kind of person, but I was shocked at what YouTube brought in for me last month. I was utterly shocked. I could not fucking believe it. I was like, what? And I had one video that did okay, you know, in the grand scheme of things with the whole Expanse, you know, getting canceled, and I got on that train, and I had one video hit almost 60,000 views, which is nothing to most people. They get that, you know, drawing on a live stream. But I was shocked. So that was cool. That was cool. I thought that was fun. And that's the one positive thing I'll say about it. But I don't like the fact that they're strangling out the people who really just want to tell you the truth. That's disturbing, to say the least. But
yeah, that is very disturbing.
But yeah, I didn't learn a ton, but it was interesting. I can't wait for Comic-Con. And maybe just want to go to Comic-Con that much more. So
yeah.
I want to go to Comic-Con.
Sorry I didn't have more to report. Nothing new, nothing exciting.
Am I still like roboting for you guys?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No. Hey, I got to meet Feisty.
Yeah,
yes,
Gary got to meet me.
Yeah.
So
got to see me in my natural habitat.
Natural habitat. So are you still planning on coming up to Alamo City Comic Con?
I am.
Awesome.
I am. I have.
You're coming up as a vendor, or what is your plan?
We're gonna try to make it a anniversary business kind of thing. So it's our 15th wedding anniversary, and I'll go there as a vendor.
Oh yeah, because we all have wedding anniversaries within like a day of each.
Isn't that it's crazy?
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Well, let's
crazy.
see. Yeah, because mine is actually the 26th, which is the Friday, which is when it starts.
And mine is Halloween, but we'll be over there just the weekend. I'm going to take the whole week off. So yeah,
Right.
we'll make it happen. It'll be
Yeah. So as Audio points out, see, not making videos will pay off for me.
right. Yeah.
No, if only I can get the view counts up on those live streams.
Titling and thumbnail is everything.
I know, dude. I've been so lazy on the goddamn thumbnails lately. But yeah, I need to. You are very good about coming up with some very kind of snappy and nice looking thumbnails where I'm just kind of lazy.
Oh, thanks. You know how to do it though. You know how to do Photoshop.
Well, no, I do. It's the coming up with something handy, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, coming up with something that makes sense. Like, you know, the one I did with my conversation with Billy on Sunday still doesn't have a fucking thumbnail because I had no idea what to put there.
Every thumbnail needs to be kind of a meme, basically.
Yeah. Hang on, let me kick
clever and
Milo out.
funny.
He's meowing a lot. Let me kick him
Yeah,
out.
he's meowing.
Yeah,
How is everybody in the chat? How you guys doing?
All right, Milo. Come
Apparently, the Batman says we need a Feisty
Come on,
Fan
buddy.
cartoon.
We
I'm okay
do.
with that.
That's such a good name. I like that name, Feisty Fan.
Thank you.
I think there should be you guys need like a little mascot character. You have a pretty good logo for your store, which I'm not mentioning, but the Comic Outpost had a mascot.
We are working
what
on
was the
it,
mascot?
actually.
Well, you know, she already has a mascot though. She all she needs to do is it's the corgi. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I know. Just any corgi.
I suppose I could probably do a Tabitha or something like that for my mascot on it.
Yeah.
So Jonah Arts is drawing comics and Feisty as heroes. Wow. Jonah, make sure to send that to us on Twitter. I'd love to check that out. That'd be great.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, our mascot was a kind of a sexy-ish, like space pilot girl.
Oh, is that the one where it's like that you have on your channel now?
Yeah, her name is Cosmic Crater Girl. It's
Okay.
My wife made her up, and Derek Robertson drew that from Transmetropolitan. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
I was wondering where you got that. I was like, dude, that's a fucking awesome pick you got.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Well, that'd be why. That'd be why.
Yeah, Derek. He's hopefully gonna do me a new one. So, looking forward to that.
So this is funny. So the Batman is saying, I see Comics Division as Fox Bat from the Champions RPG. I'm a little behind on my Champions superheroes. I'm still used to the ones from 4th edition, so I have to actually go Google that.
I'm looking what it is because I honestly have no idea what Fox Bat is. Is there pictures?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That is kind of weird. That does kind of look very similar to the avatar that Samurai Raccoon drew for me. Because originally I had Ian Curtis's Batman, which is where I got Comics Division from anyway. Well, not entirely. I actually came up with the name and found that. I was like, oh, this works. But obviously, I really can't use that. At least,
Fox Bat,
yeah.
Right? I was sharing a picture. I don't know if you can
Oh,
see
there you go. Okay. That's funny.
But yeah, it is funny.
You're funny.
You're funny.
You're funny.
No, you're funny.
I don't know what's up. So, like, no, my internet is fine. It's just Google Hangouts is like.
It was weird for us last night with Doomcock too.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was watching. I know.
How is Doomcock?
He's good. We had a hard time. We had about halfway through the show, his internet got fixed. But it was cool. It's fine. It happens, man.
That was a good route. I like that. You guys are funny. I like that. I like
Thanks.
witnessing that. Yeah, hanging out.
videos are fucking great, man. I would love to get him on sometime, but you know, I'm a smaller fry than you, so
Well, see, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. I'll ask him. Yeah, he's totally fucking cool. He's gonna blow up though. He went on World Class Bullshitters, got like I think 1,000 subs
in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, he'll be up to 10,000 probably by next week. He'll be right up there with the big boys in a couple months, I think. Once people discover he is fucking amazing.
Oh god, yeah, his videos are
dude, his one today was great. His whole law of canon, that it belongs to the people. I love
that. Yeah, his last 2 videos about canon were really fucking good.
Oh,
he's awesome. I'm so happy. I'm a Legionnaire. I'm a member of his Patreon.
What are you the minister of? I haven't decided yet.
I'm the minister of corgis and comics.
Oh, well, you get corgis and comics?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what I want to be the minister of yet.
I have to sign up so I could be the minister of code.
Yeah, you could be the minister of
yes, you could be the minister of code.
I like that. Nah, I got to think of something. I would just, be the minister.
Or I should have done like comic corgis. Damn it.
Yes, there you go.
You could be the minister of nerdery. I don't know.
There you go. I was gonna say like minister of live streams or minister of I don't know. It would be something self-deprecating, actually, like the minister of forgetfulness or.
Oh, that's funny.
The minister of misery.
I didn't even see you there. Good God, dog! You're like sneaky sneak.
If you guys knew me in real life, like I'm the kind of person who fucking puts his keys down and can't find them. 2 minutes later, and it's kind of nuts.
I'm the same way.
I can be forgetful sometimes too.
It's Swiss cheese brain. Well,
I don't have Swiss cheese brain like Feisty, but it's just me. Prioritization.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. Okay. You're old.
My brain prioritizes certain things, weirdly.
Yeah, your code. Yeah. Your code is messed up right now.
Yeah, I like code. So I don't know. I'm weird, dude. It's like I will get a brain worm and I will fucking fixate on something until that brain worm has been fulfilled.
Right there with you. But you got Feisty's like that too. You got to be a little OCD to be involved in comic books in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Because sometimes my hobbies are kind of expensive, and I'm like, I want a Glock 19. I should get a Glock 19.
Speaking of OCD, I tried working on backstock or back issues, like thinning them out, pulling old stuff, but I was doing too much actual selling and making a lot of money today. So yeah, it was awesome.
That's good.
I know,
because that'll always be there. It doesn't ever go away.
Mm-hmm. I texted my boss. I was like, sorry, I didn't get to do back issues. He's like, no, they'll be there. Just make money. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. If only I could fix it on my job. I'm getting certain things done faster.
Damn straight, right? No, I'm the same way. Like with the damn car I just bought. It's a year ago, but I didn't need it. But it's got in my got in my brain. Like I want an FJ. I need an FJ. I'm gonna buy an FJ. Car. Thanks.
It's a nice car.
I actually bought it in Texas too. Didn't buy it in California, so I didn't have to pay California taxes.
Oh, there you go.
Smart.
But yeah.
FJ, what is that?
FJ Cruiser, Toyota.
Oh, FJ Cruiser. Okay.
It's a big motherfucker.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Driving around San Francisco, my big car, my finger out the door. Yeah.
Do you have people screaming, "Polluter! You're murdering the environment"?
Oh yeah. Oh, my favorite thing was I was downtown is when I had the store and somebody goes, do you have a moment for the environment? And I'm all, no, I have to get my SUV and sell paper products. Bye.
Oh God. This is why I like you, Gary.
Thanks. True story.
No, because I'm busy murdering the environment.
I'm killing trees.
Yeah.
And poison your hair. Waha.
That's too funny.
Let me say hello to you by giving you a nice curb stomp.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. He killed a guy with a trident.
Gary is
Loud
the administrator
noises!
of Wizard.
Oh God,
we're
we're
making,
back there.
yeah, it's pretty funny because before you jumped on, we're talking about the whole thing with what Marvel characters have not been ruined, and somebody popped up with the Wizard. I was like, is it just me, or is it, the Wizard just sounds like some dude who randomly runs around urinating on people.
Yes.
So you made the comment to me, of course, I made it public saying, hey, I'll jump on. I have to go take a piss first. So naturally I announced that to the entire stream.
Oh,
Which, makes the joke about
thanks,
you
man.
being the Wizard.
Yeah, they did kind of ruin the Wizard and Jessica Jones. So sorry.
Yeah. Did they whiz on the Wizard?
They whizzed on the Wizard. They make.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was part of the experiment.
Womp womp.
Indeed. Well, it is 1 a.m. my time, which means
Yeah.
we should
Wow.
probably call it quits.
Sorry I got on so late.
No, it's all right,
I had
man.
nothing to
Dude.
contribute. I read no comics or anything.
Dude,
so.
you're fine. Having you here and the banter and camaraderie was enough. And you did. You talked about VidCon and other stuff. So
We
yes.
also talked about Luke Cage season 2.
Yes. Which was all right. It was I.
Zai.
Bye.
I. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go. And now I don't have to do that video. Yeah, you should join up. You know what? A good way to get Doomcock on would probably join his Patreon.
Yeah. Bribery. There's something like bribery.
Bribery works. Whatever it takes to get people on your channel.
Yeah.
I do not judge.
Indeed. All right.
Indeed.
So let's go ahead and start with you, Feisty, starting from left to right.
Hi, I am Feisty Comic Fan. I have a Twitter at Feisty Comic Fan. I'm more active there than I am on YouTube, but sometimes I'll do YouTube stuff, but I make no promises. So, yeah, same channel, Feisty Fan. Got some cool stuff in there. I'm hoping to get Perch and DMI on to talk shop on a Monday afternoon. So hopefully that'll happen sooner than later. Yeah, I have 100 subscribers now, so that's kind of impressive.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah, so I know. I'm like, I have 4 videos. Yay. But yeah, so I don't know. That's my spiel. I'm done. Thank you.
Gary from the Nerdrotic channel.
Hey, thank you, Comics Division. I have the Nerdrotic channel. I cover television, nerdy television, and sometimes really bad television called Star Trek Discovery. I do lots of podcasts. We're doing one tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Please check us out. Thanks for having me on, Comics.
Hey, you're welcome. Oh, by the way, so Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out next week, right? Next Thursday?
Yes.
Are we going to do a review on Friday?
We're going to do the usual thing.
Sweet.
If you guys are down, if you can see it Thursday.
I already have my tickets, and I've already canceled D&D. So I'm like, nope, can't go. So
awesome. All right, cool.
Nice.
Well, I will purchase my tickets as well,
Yes.
and make sure that I see it so we can talk about it on Friday.
Yes.
yay.
I'm looking forward to it. Although I had a friend he said he hated it. He saw an early screening and hated it.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I can't hate Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can't either.
yeah. So we shall see. So of course I am Comics Division. Hopefully if you show up, you know that. If you have not yet clicked that like button, please do so. If you are new to this channel and can tolerate the sound of my voice, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell for instant notifications because YouTube kind of sucks. And people tend to get reminders like 30 minutes, 45 minutes in.
Or when it rolls into a video.
Or when it rolls into a video.
That's when I've gotten yours. Is like once it's done, I've gotten a notification from you.
Thanks, YouTube.
Like, oh, you just finished. Awesome.
Yes. And until next time, folks, enjoy your reads.